Hey everyone, Brian from Three Geeky Dads here. Before we begin tonight's episode, I just want everyone to know that we are now sponsored by Audible. As an IT professional for a school department, I find myself behind the wheel of my car traveling between schools almost all day long, and that's where Audible comes in. Right now, I'm enjoying listening to Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, read by Stephen Fry. It's so enjoyable to hear this hilarious audiobook read by a proper British comic actor. And that's just scratching the surface. Audible is the leading provider of spoken word content, with everything from bestsellers, celebrity memoirs, and news to podcasts. Yes, if you're into podcasts, and you're listening to us right now, so we can assume you do, Audible has got you covered. Just go to www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial today. That's www.audibletrial.com/3GD to get your free 30-day trial. You'll get 1 credit, 2 credits if you're already an Amazon Prime member. That's good for any premium selection titles you like, and they're yours to keep. You also get the Audible Plus catalog of podcasts, audiobooks, guided wellness, and Audible originals. Listen all you want. No credits needed. Again, that's www.audibletrial.com/3GD. $14.95 a month after your 30-day trial. Cancel at any time. Audible. Stay informed, connected, and inspired. And now, on with the show.
Warning, incoming dad joke. Warning, incoming dad joke.
My wife put on a sexy officer outfit and arrested me on suspicion of being good in bed. After a short trial, I was found not guilty.
Who is your daddy, and what does he do?
It was like a pink nightmare.
Christmas has a Yule log. Not a log, I don't have a log, but it's...
All that I have, all that I've done, everything I feel, all this and more I bequeath you, my son.
Your father was Frankenstein, and your mother was the lightning.
We named the dog Indiana.
I am your father.
Hello and welcome to another thrilling episode of Three Geeky Dads, the show that has everyone at Entertainment Rants now saying Don Amici. While I am not Don Amici, this makes sense to about 6 people. The rest of our listeners, what? While I am not Don Amici, sadly, I am Mark, and with me as always are the Doe and Ray to my me,
Derek and Brian.
And what would an episode of 3GD be without the antics of a man once voted most likely to kill Mark in his sleep? The Morgan to the rest of our ERPs, Tito.
Hello.
You like that one? Do you get that one?
I want to be Doc Holliday.
No, sir.
Come
you're Bill
on.
Paxton.
What are we talking about?
Nobody's Doc
Doesn't
Holliday.
he die?
Doc
They all
Holliday
die.
is
He leaves
Val
wounded?
Kilmer.
Well, Val Kilmer dies.
They all go down in a blaze of glory.
Doc dies.
Yeah, but not
It's
in
the
a fun way.
wrong one, but
Bill Morgan.
Yeah,
Bill
but Doc
Morgan,
kills
Bill
Johnny
Paxton.
Ringo.
That's
He
right.
kills Johnny Ringo.
I know. Let's
He
have a
spins the
spelling
cup.
contest.
Oh
That's
my
true.
God, it's genius.
That's true.
I'll be Bill Paxton. R.I.P. Bill Paxton. I love you. man.
This was never up for debate.
You get what you get, and you don't get upset.
Although I did ask how was it, so I guess you have a right to your opinion or your answer.
As wrong as
Whatever.
it is.
Hey, speaking of Tito and killing me, he sure is killing me with these pics of his, and has provided us so far with some noteworthy films that have added to our show. Why, you may ask? Well, if you haven't been listening this month, then you may not be aware of 2 things. 1, how much you suck, and 2, how this month is the month of Tito, celebrating his 1-year anniversary with us as dad number 4. Thus, this month is devoted to movies of his choosing. Tonight, we'll be taking a look at a movie that takes a Rear Window premise and centers it in a cyber noir setting that has virtual reality, violence, and lots of long-haired guys scowling at one another. For this week, we are talking Strange Days, a movie that proves that Y2K wasn't what we thought it would be, and that the only sign of a technical apocalypse was the inability for the technology to make it possible for Juliette Lewis to sound good singing. But before we
Auto-tune hadn't been invented.
No, and even that wouldn't work. But before we take a... No, she was not.
Yeah.
Let me send us
all
out.
right,
Let me
go
send us out. You have plenty of time. But before we take a plunge into the virtual, we have ourselves the actual Brian Rotisserie Ramsey here, who is, as always, ready to start us off with a yummy appetizer. Hey, Brian.
Hey, Mark.
What you got for us?
All right, well, who'd like some appetizers? Oh, yeah. That's what I like to hear.
Hey, these buns look good.
Oh, yeah. And they're so soft and warm. Ray! Oh, I'm sorry, my bad.
These are delicious.
Well, thank you, my child. I made them by hand.
Tonight, Tito, our curator of all things cool, brings to us another one of his favorite movies for us to talk about. This week, as Mark said, it's Strange Days, the 1995 Kathryn Bigelow film that showed us a grim and gritty version of the not-too-distant, at that time, future. And thankfully, that never came to pass. And that got us thinking, are there other movies out there that we like that had visions of the future that we were disappointed because that version never came to be? Let's talk about it, boys.
The year 2000.
I remember that.
Classic.
Who went last
I
time?
think Derek
Well, we all went.
first last time.
Who went?
I think I
We
went
all-
first.
On
I think
Deja Vu.
All right, so Brian. All right.
I'll go first. So I picked The Road Warrior. Imagine a post-apocalyptic world after the Gulf War left the world devastated in just a few days. With no fuel, the global economy collapses almost instantly, and the human race devolves into a race of looters. Enter Mel Gibson as Max, who's a little bit mad, attempting to lead a fuel tanker convoy to safety across a desolate wasteland. It's a long drive to freedom as the convoy races down a seemingly never-ending road, the whole time being attacked by a gang of psychotic maniacs also in need of fuel. While there was indeed a Gulf War, it never led to that sort of road rage. And as it is fun to watch, The Road Warrior is one of those sci-fi films that got the future completely wrong.
Yeah.
It's more like Grumpy Max.
Scowling Max.
What year does that take place?
You know what? I don't know.
So it was
That's a good question.
I did Thunder. And that's not
Well,
right,
after the
but-
Gulf War, so in like 90s,
Oh
right?
yeah, okay.
Yeah, but when did their Gulf War take place? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's right. And it
Because
does take
it
place
was-
in that.
the movie came place in the
in
80s, so they
well,
had no
and in
idea when the
Australia.
actual Gulf War.
So,
yeah,
So yeah, wasn't it the Australian-American War?
the Austro-American.
I was too young for the first two. I saw Thunderdome like a million times growing up because it was like the right age for
Yeah,
Thunderdome.
yeah. See, I
And then
saw
I did-
I saw The Road Warrior in the theater. Yeah,
Oh, that's cool.
I did.
Nice.
I was old
watched
enough
that
to
one
see it in the
a
theater.
million times growing up.
Tina
But I didn't see Mad Max until way later.
Same.
The first one.
Yeah,
Oh,
Didn't see
sa-
it till
yeah.
way
I didn't
later.
see the first one until fairly recently.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah. I can't remember when I saw it, but it was like years and years after I saw The Road Warrior, and obviously Thunderdome had come out a few years after that.
Nice.
But yeah, good trilogy.
We doing one pick each?
Yeah.
I just did one.
I could
Oh,
only
because this
think
was a
of
tough
one,
one.
and it's the most obvious.
Jeez.
so-
Okay.
I got one.
You got more than one?
I had
Oh,
like
geez,
three
oh,
with, and then a bunch of like.
I got a
Oh,
list
well,
of like
you-
12.
I left
just because
off.
I thought
I stayed
not
away
as
from a
picks.
bunch. I stayed away from
Yeah.
like a whole slew of series, thinking like they're obvious.
did not.
picks.
I
and I
have
didn't go with
one-
anything that I thought one of you guys would pick.
I went
Yeah.
with one pick, but then I just listed off a bunch of movies that I thought was funny because the year had passed and that movie
Right.
was like
Yeah.
set in 1995, and clearly that didn't happen. In whatever, Russ.
Whatever.
I'm gonna steal all your lines now.
Well, you can only make them better, man.
Yeah.
Stop
There you
it.
go.
I don't like that.
Well, I just complimented you.
I'm not gonna steal any.
You're
of your
fucking
lines.
like, you're, dude, it's like being married. You're like Sarah. Come on, another wife. Wonderful.
You're welcome.
Go ahead, honey.
My pick is 1987's The Running Man.
Oh, good
Is that your pick?
Guys, no.
Oh, okay.
Mine is the most obvious one because I'm really bad at this one.
Oh,
I
okay.
am getting educated tonight, guys.
Yeah, no worries.
Good one.
So I got The Running Man, starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Maria Conchita Alonso. Whatever happened to her? I miss
I don't
her.
know.
Oh,
She
Come
did a
home,
ton of
Maria.
stuff
She was
in
like,
the
she was my Mexican. She was my-
Mamacita.
yeah, but no, she was my Mexican Radon Chong.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
where were you? She was in a bunch of stuff for like 5 years straight, and
Yeah.
then she just disappeared off
She
the
was
face
like
of
the it
earth.
girl in the mid to late 80s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Richard Dawson, who was the greatest game show host in the history of game
Oh, he
shows.
certainly is.
Touch
aren't
there
they?
and grab that there.
Dude, he was kissing everybody.
He really was.
He would kiss anybody.
Yeah, he kissed the old ladies too, the youngins.
Oh, yeah.
You know.
He kissed them all.
When he
This-
kissed the little boys, that was a little weird, but no, he never.
So this movie is set in 2017,
Oh,
which
wow.
happened 5 years ago.
Shit, wow.
And although reality TV is awful and ruining America,
Amen.
unfortunately, we're not.
And not just
killing-
America,
we're not-
but the
yeah,
world.
the world. We're not killing each other on TV yet for prizes.
Soon.
But we'll get there. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got a fun cast. Is it Ahmed Zappa or Dweezil Zappa that's in it? And then Mick Fleetwood, the Resistance.
Yeah, I think it's Dweezil.
I think it's Dweezil.
I think it's
too.
Dweezil.
Dweezil
Ahmed didn't
had
show
hair.
up until
Ahmed was
later.
like the shaved head. He had a shaved head.
Yeah. Ahmed shows up a few years later because I think he was really young. I think he was like one of the youngest of the
Zappas?
Zappa kids.
Moonbeam. What was it?
Moon
Was it
Unit.
Moon Unit.
Moon Unit. That was
Yeah,
the daughter.
Moon Unit and Dweezil. I think I actually have an LP of Dweezil.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought Moon Unit was the youngest.
I don't know who's no, because Moon Unit had put out like a single in the 80s. And Ahmet had come around like he didn't get big until like the late 90s, early 2000s. He had a show on MTV, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
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 I forget what it was now, but that was the first time I had heard of
Zapped.
him.
No, okay.
Zapped.
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 Boy, my dad fucked me up. The Ahmed Zappa show. I think that's what it was called. What's your pick over there, Champ?
Oh, I thought I had a good one, but it didn't happen yet. I was hoping to see when First Contact took place.
Oh, okay.
In Star Trek First Contact. 'cause
Yeah.
I would be disappointed if that time had gone by and we didn't see no Vulcans.
Yeah, when was First Contact Day supposed to be?
got no
Did it say?
2060 something. That's what
Oh,
I
so we
read.
still have another 40 years to
Yeah.
go.
No, I went with the
Well, I'll be
obvious
dead
one.
by then.
Back to the Future 2. Because that's the only one I knew, because I really sucked at this. I suck at time travel. I fucking hate time travel, and this just makes me
I don't like the
hate it.
future.
Yeah.
Sci-fi scares me.
Yeah. It's too smart for me, man. It's just too smart.
I don't want to use my brain
Too much
to watch
thinking.
TV.
We all know why I'm disappointed at this. Everything that was cool is non-existent.
The Cubbies did win the World Series in 2015.
But I
They didn't
could
play
care
against the
less.
Alligators.
And hey,
though.
and we still got time. They still might make Jaws.
So
37.
Jaws,
Well,
yeah.
they got but they got how many more to? They've only made 4. of
Well,
them now.
look at how the other franchises they revamped.
Well, if you start
it's just
counting
a
like
matter of
the Sharknado movies as Jaws movies
Yeah.
and all the
All
other
right,
direct-to-video
all right.
movies,
See,
it might add up to Jaws
Let's put some
37.
positivity on this. Sure, positivity.
Every shark
you
attack
do
movie.
have the wall-mounted TVs.
Mm-hmm.
You can't hydrate a pizza. You can air fry one, but that sucks.
We don't
have hoverboards. We don't have.
But we do have self-lacing sneakers now. Didn't they come up with those a few years ago, I read?
They may have.
I think they did.
Well, there's not a pair on my feet, so
They
I need
released those.
We need the self-drying
power
jacket.
laces. Let me tell you something. For fat guys, ladies and gentlemen, please, power laces is a gold
Yeah,
mine.
they're called slip-ons.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Loafers.
You can buy those
But
Air
you
Max
feel
for like 15
lazy
grand.
when you're in your loafers. At least if you get sneakers on, you can give yourself the illusion that you're energetic.
I
and
have
doing
sneakers
something.
on right now. Do you think I tied them before I left the house?
Let me see.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you did, but
No,
you're-
I didn't.
Well,
I
then
tied them
you
and I
need
slipped
some
into them.
power
I tied them
laces, you
once.
Jerk.
Tied them once.
I tied them once when I
first
bought them 5 years ago.
Exactly. Now I slip right into them.
I guess the cafe.
My old man New Balance.
It wears the back, the heel out a little bit, but that's all right. I'd rather not have to bend over.
I don't want to hear about your fucking feet anymore. I will say the cafe 80s nostalgia.
That was
is
cool.
kind of in, or wasn't, and started. So I'll give it that.
Nostalgia always comes back around.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So it's not what I thought it would be. There's no flying cars, and probably in Rhode Island, that's a good thing.
I like the FaceTime thing. You could probably talk to somebody
Yeah,
on your TV
true.
if you set it
Yep.
up the right way.
But
I
we are
can't-
still
I
all
can't
waiting for
fire
our
anybody.
hoverboards.
I can't fire anybody through fax,
Be a fact.
like the Jits.
Yeah,
Oh
right.
my God!
Jits will never find out.
Remember when they thought faxes were going to be a thing?
Yeah. One in
Well,
every
they were
room.
for a while.
Oh,
but
yeah.
Then, then everything got put on a phone.
Yeah.
Faster.
Now we don't need it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Jobs. Thanks a lot, you devil.
Use fax at work.
I
the
miss
time.
those sounds. I miss
Yeah.
like the
The fax sounds.
yeah.
The old computer noises.
When you were getting onto like
You accidentally dial the
AOL?
fax number instead of the actual phone number. You're saying. You hear that weird screeching in your ear.
The clicks and whirring of the engine when you turned on that old computer and went. Great. Now you get nothing. You got nothing. And you got nothing from
the
us.
Windows 95 startup tone.
Yeah. So I guess if you're a Cubs
You
fan,
minimize a window and it sounds like birds
That's
chirping.
it. The
that's
Cubbies.
it. If you're a Cubbies, that's it. You got
Should I
nothing
put some
else.
money on the Cubbies?
Yeah. Are Dustbusters a popular item again?
People are still only wearing one tie,
No.
Oh, yeah, that's
I
right.
forgot about that.
unfortunately, or no tie in some instances.
Yeah.
You can't call down. You can't go fruit, please, and a thing of fruit can't just appear. It's a fucking drag, man.
I know when you break your back, you don't get to glide around on a little
Upside down.
Yeah. No. Bullshit. Zemeckis.
Yep.
The term bojo never took off.
Now I got
Bojo.
2 reasons to hate you.
bojo.
You
Those boys don't work
We could
out
go.
water.
You wanna start
Mr. Fusion didn't last long either.
No, it
let
didn't.
alone become a fuel.
No, they just discovered
Oh,
that
God.
that might be in our near future.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They
They
just
said
came
the
up
same
with
thing
the
about
fusion.
hoverboards too.
Well, yeah, I know.
Do you have one? No.
I don't.
This was difficult because you said we had to find a future we were, not disappointed. There were plenty of futures I was thinking of.
Oh,
where
could've
I
gone
would
either way.
not- Oh, well.
Yeah. I thought I thought. Well, whatever.
No,
Whatever, Russ.
you failed me for the last time. It's a horrible Darth Vader. You sound like fucking Patty and Selma. You failed me for the last time.
Listen, you only
he's
read
horrible.
2/3 of the text.
That's
all
true.
right?
I read the whole thing. I
No, you
think.
didn't.
You just trailed. Perfect. Trailed off at the end.
All right, Jared, get me out of this. Go.
So I mean, I stayed away from the obvious ones, like the Terminator series, Demolition Man,
Back to the Future.
I thought.
when is Demolition Man? I forget.
It's 2015 when he gets frozen, and then
Okay.
he wakes up like.
So nobody wants that future.
Well, no,
I
you
guess
can.
nobody
But the
would-
fact that they had working cryogenics, I guess.
In
Is,
2015.
Oh, yeah, that's
you know
true.
what
I
mean?
guess we
Yeah.
would want
The streets were on
yeah.
fire, though.
I
Everything
thought,
was on
right.
fire. The
I
people
thought,
were on
I thought you were
fire.
gonna go with the escape movies, Escape from New York or Escape from LA.
Oh,
That's
don't
what I
want
thought,
that.
too.
I don't
Yeah.
want that. Who would
Well,
want
well,
that?
yeah.
No,
I
not
know,
that
but
you
that's what I'm
wanted,
saying.
just-
I was
yeah.
I was under the impression.
You
I'm gonna
were.
read
I
the
just,
didn't
I
read
just
the
went the
full
broad
text.
spectrum
I
of
am
like
going to read the text.
movies that took place in the future
Here we
that
go, Tito.
didn't happen the way that they said.
Yeah.
I had originally done 3, so I'll just go with.
Lay it on us.
I'll go with the first one, Rain of Fire. It was
Dragon
made.
movie.
Dragon.
Yeah.
Oh, that happened. Oh, cool.
It was made in 2002. It took place in 2008 and then 2020 because it's 20,
It skips ahead when
yeah.
he's little and then he's older.
Yeah, in England, after a tunneling project accident awakens dragons that are deep in the earth, slumbering. They begin to populate the globe.
He's right.
There's a couple of.
Sorry to
What
interrupt.
were you
Eric.
right? What was you right about?
It wasn't so much a future that you were disappointed in. It just
Yeah.
didn't turn out exactly like you
Right.
planned. All right.
I mean, it does. It's a category that bums me out because there are a lot of good movies that have things that like I mean, The Flying Car,
Escape
and
from L.A.
all of it. Yeah.
Can't surf on lava. Go ahead, Derek. I'm sorry.
But Matthew McConaughey, Christian Bale, they're survivors. They're from 2 different bands of like roaming. Have you ever seen it?
Yeah.
It's
I saw it in the
fantastic.
theaters, but then I never saw
Me
it again.
too.
It's a great story, and for a movie about dragons, it's pretty realistic as far as like what really would happen and how people would have to survive, and like the things that they do to survive, and how they set up their camps and stuff and live. It's pretty real. Like to me, that if there were dragons, if there be dragons,
The
then that
realism
was
of
how-
it is-
yeah, like that was how you would have to live. No, you know what I mean. The real.
There are dragons. Puff.
I did like the fact that there's like
Puff,
no
puff, pass the
entertainment, so
magic
they're
dragon.
retelling, they're acting out Star Wars.
Yes,
But they're
I
not
remember
using like the Star Wars names. It's
Yeah.
like the Black Knight and the White Knight.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the Black Knight says, "No, I'm your father."
exactly.
And all the kids are like, "No!" Like this.
But they are making the noise effects.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's the only part I remember
Yeah,
from that movie.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
That's
I
another.
always
that's
remember McConaughey with the fucking pickaxe.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah. He had
Yeah,
like
try
a
to
big beard.
Yeah, and he had his
shaved
head shaved.
He looked
He's a
so
lunatic.
badass.
He did.
And Christian Bale was a whiny bitch as usual.
No, name one
Yeah.
time. Go ahead. Name me one time. That
Newsies.
this guy
What else?
everybody
Newsies.
loves.
It's a good flick.
Everybody hails as a true genius.
Yeah, and I ended up,
Oh, good for you.
I heard the rant again. Family Guy plays it on an episode and inserts Peter's voice in there.
That's spot on.
So to me, there's a Family Guy episode where they replay the recording of Christian Bale's rant, and they put Peter in there so it sounds like he's yelling at him. And just rehearing that.
Oh, good for you. And how was it?
No wonder I hate him. Fuck him.
Yeah, and I thought we had 3, so I put Johnny Mnemonic and
I do mention Johnny.
Oh, wow.
the D13
I like that
movies. Have you ever
movie.
seen?
That is a good movie.
The
Those
Luc
movies would
Bess-
be
are
up
those
your
Luc Besson?
Luc Besson, yeah, the French movies. It's D13 stands for District 13.
No, I never heard
And
of it.
D13
They made 2 of
Ultimatum.
them.
Yeah.
Deep
I didn't see
13?
them, but I remember Luc Besson. when they
Yeah,
came
and
out.
I know
it's a lot
Deep
like
13.
the
That's
Raid. Like they have this district in the city
Mm-hmm.
that's gotten out of control, and they end up building these walls with barbed wire, and they basically just cut everything off from the people inside. So even the innocent people, like they're all left to fend for themselves,
Mm-hmm.
and it becomes all gang ridden. And the main character Leto, he's got to face them.
Who
And
stars in it?
no one. It's
Oh.
a French movie. Luc Besson.
When you said Luc Besson, when you said that he directed, I was waiting for you to say like Jean Reno was in it.
Yeah, no.
I'm like, oh, that would be cool.
But no, because by then he was
Too old?
he was big. No, he was a big star. So I think it was
Even
more,
better.
But it's 2004 and 2009, and it takes place in 2010.
What about RoboCop? Now that I think
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, I mean
far into
Yeah.
RoboCop's
Too
up there.
far still. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Not time yet.
Yep.
I made a little fun list of just like movies in the
Mm-hmm.
years. Like, it was so the Back to the Future, Blade Runner.
Yeah,
takes place in
flying cars.
Which
2019.
I also left off.
Where the
'cause I
hell
thought-
were you? Why didn't you text that list?
I don't know. I should have.
You text the Eddie Murphy clip? I don't get the
This is
Useless.
3. This is 4 years away, but Children of Men, 2027.
Oh yeah, good one.
That is
This
a
is
good movie.
a fun one. Clockwork Orange takes place in 1995.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's about right.
Yeah. The movie came out in like 67 or 70 or something like that.
Escape from New York, 1997.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
Did you know Freddy's Dead takes place 10 years in the future?
No.
It was
I
made in
did
1991,
not.
but it takes place in 1999.
Really?
But the movie
I
came out
missed
in like
that.
91, 92.
Hmm.
I was like, what? How randomly stupid. I know you guys love this movie, and it's only a year away. Highlander 2.
Ah.
Oh.
We're going to have the thing
we'll
over
The
the
quickening.
earth. The
Revisit
quickening's
that.
coming.
The year we scorched the sky.
Beyond Thunderdome
I was gonna
05.
do the voice, but I can't. I'm not gonna
Time Cop 2004.
Time Cop. Yes.
Oh,
There's
good
some
one.
Time Cop
That
in our
is a
life.
good one.
This is a good one. Soylent Green 2022. It
Oh,
happened
yeah.
last year.
No kidding.
Yeah, we should have been eating each other in like little.
Don't look at me. I'm
Yep.
all
Cubics.
fat and gristle.
Some people are, Tito. Some people are.
And then Days of Future Past was 2023. That future takes
Oh,
place
wow.
in 20.
No kidding.
Because it's not that far. That movie was
So
like
this year,
5 years
this
ago.
year
6
the
years ago?
the mutants are gonna.
Mm.
Oh wait, the part in the beginning
Yeah.
is 2023.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
wow.
the mutants are all here.
Yeah, with
They're
the
just
Sentinels
not
and-
super
Wow.
cool.
Yeah.
Tito, did you pick 2001? Because those were
That
like
was
my
on there
runners-up.
too. Yeah, 2001.
And how about like iRobot?
Oh, what year was I?
I don't know, but
Bicentennial Man.
Yeah, yeah. iRobot.
AI,
Trying to think of
artificial
another one.
intelligence. When was that? When was Minority Report? Anybody
Oh
think
yeah,
Oh,
Minority
no.
Report's a
Oh,
good
my
one.
God.
I had looked
had
on
that.
Wikipedia. Minority Report wasn't on there, and neither was AI. So I think those are like further in the future. And then Horizon.
Minority
was on
Report
there.
I was going to bring up during this movie because Minority Report has a similar thing where he's like using like memories. He's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
But
It's
that-
not a huge part of the
Well, and
plot. but
Johnny
he's-
Mnemonic is
It's the same thing,
like,
yeah.
storing
Storing
things.
memories in his
The
brain.
Y2K era of movies.
I did look I found a list, and these were just random ones that I found on the list, and Minority Report was on there, but I think it was within this.
Was it?
Wherever we are right? Not like now, but
Yeah, an
yeah,
alternate.
Around that
now
time.
and then potentially.
Event Horizon was on a list, but but the movie itself takes place in 2065. It was on the list because it was talking about how the moon was supposed to be like people were inhabiting other planets and moons by like 2015 in
Yeah.
that movie.
I gotcha. So that happened already. That was
Yeah.
like 8 years ago.
That's right.
We just
We're up
didn't
there.
get the
We-
call.
yeah,
We didn't get the call.
We didn't get
unfortunately.
the-
We missed
didn't
the
make
boat.
the cut.
We didn't get the facts. We didn't get the
We didn't get
facts.
the facts.
If we had the facts, the chicks would have found out.
You're going to the mood.
I can't believe I'm fired.
Bang zoom.
Dude, this is a shit ton. Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
This was enlightening.
was good.
You're all nerds. Let's never do this again. Thank you. Great appetizers. Anything else? Anybody have anything else before we get into the main course?
No.
Oh, let's get into the main course then.
Let's do
You
it.
know, a lot of people are kind of intimidated about making a turkey, but really it's very simple. You just have to know the anatomy of a turkey, and it's got over here just the tiniest little stink hole, but it's big enough to get your hand right up inside it. Ugh. Stuff the shit out of it. I cook it with all the giblets, the penises and the ginies, and get into the little hiney hole.
Remember the end of the world? Take your pick. It was supposed to happen a number of times in one form or another. Our latest, of course, being the Mayans predicting the world was going to kick the bucket in 2012. Thankfully, we didn't, and thank God, because that's when the Avengers came out and solidified an awesome Marvel universe, paving the way for a slew of awesome shows, awesome spin-offs, and Moon Knight. Yeah, I went there again. Well, anyway, the end of the world has always been a fun for the whole family topic and film, and before 2012 gave us a lousy John Cusack movie, 1999's Y2K gave us a bunch of technological mayhem movies where all machines turned against you, screwed you over, or simply crashed. From computers to electric finger covering massagers that said they were meant for your shoulders, but we knew where people were really using them. Yes, folks.
Mommy's flashlight smells funny.
Panic was in the air with all the what if atmosphere, and Hollywood was quick to exploit it. From 1996 to 2003, the movie industry had been dubbed the Y2K era, with films soaked in technological fodder. The Matrix, The Net, Hackers, Swordfish, Johnny Mnemonic, and while having nothing to do with technology, Arnold Schwarzenegger fought the devil who spoke in a muffled Irish accent in End of Days, so I'm going to mention it. And of course, we have tonight's movie, Strange Days, in which Ray, spell your fucking name right, please, Feins, leads a cast set in the future of virtual reality where the world seems in need of a brain-zapping fix. It's Trainspotting meets Total Recall in this sci-fi romp that marks the third pick of Geek Dad Tito, and thus I now turn over the futuristic hairnet alien facehugger-looking device over to you.
Whoa,
Squid.
That was
a
a
squid
mouthful.
mark,
Good
yeah.
job.
Yeah, I was spitting all over the place.
No, it was
like a Dilophosaurus.
The passion was like, I was like, whoa, this guy's really into it.
Yeah, no wonder you're extinct.
You're not so bad.
Throw a stick. I'll get it for you.
Stick, stupid.
Stick, stupid.
Yeah, so my third pick, Strange Days. A little quick synopsis. It's the story of Lenny Nero, who sells playback tapes, which is a form of immersive virtual reality where you can relive someone else's memories using Squid tech. Squid stands for Superconducting Quantum Interference Device. It's fun. It was developed by the military to spy on people. When Lenny is led to believe that his ex, Faith, may be in trouble, he tries to intercede. Nothing is as it seems. Strange Days. Opening thoughts, gentlemen. Who wants to go first?
Brian?
I'm just going to pick at random. Brian.
Okay. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. I saw this movie years ago, and I think I remembered it differently for some reason. I watched it mostly last night, and I couldn't finish it. I was getting too tired. I started drifting off like around the third act, and so I finished it today, and I actually think that the third act was a lot better than the first two acts. When everything kind of comes together, but it was a long time coming. It just seemed to drag a little bit for me. The tech was cool, but like I said, it's reminiscent of the Precog movie there. Minority Report.
Yeah.
Even though this movie came out first, that one was fresher in my mind for some reason. It was weird seeing Ralph Feins with long hair and trying to be an action star.
I love this movie, but I'm not a fan of Ralph Fiennes.
Yeah, I'm not either.
Even in this movie.
I'm more of a fan of him.
I like his newer stuff.
I'm going to say I'm more of a fan of him now than I was back then. Like
That
ever since he
shaved
became,
head, like British, like he's kind of like the British. He was really into the British.
He's British.
right?
He is.
And
No, I know.
he is British, but he's embraced it. Like in this movie, he wasn't British, and his accent seemed to be like all over the place too. Like he's from L.A., but he's sometimes sounded like he was like, some of his British accent was creeping through, and in other parts he almost sounded like he was trying to be from New York.
Well, I feel like it was early in his career, so I don't think he was
sort of early in his career.
Which he probably, it was probably new to doing an American accent.
Yeah,
maybe
because I noticed that too. That's on my list of complaints.
Yeah.
It was like all over the place.
Yeah, but I do
have the accent. What's the problem with just having your accent? This is something I never understood with this.
Yeah.
Like being British.
Why? Yeah.
Like why does he have to have an American accent?
This is I'll get to it. Go ahead.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was a decent movie. It was a decent movie. I think that they probably spent more time behind the scenes on the tech to get the look that they wanted, especially the fact that it was James Cameron and he can't stop tinkering with the way films get made.
Or women.
They came up with a special camera for a lot of the point of view shots in this movie,
Yeah.
Which there are a lot, because everything is memory. So you're looking at it through the eyes of the people that they're, their minds that they're going into. And so they had to come up with a special camera that was like kind of like a steady cam, but it was handheld. And, this is the shit that James Cameron loves to do. And I think they spent more time behind the scenes than actual like character development and story, because I really, there wasn't a lot to like about any of these characters, except for maybe Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like, he had this idea, like, I think maybe like 10 years before the movie came out.
Mm-hmm.
And then Kathryn Bigelow gets her hands on it and kind of tries to incorporate like LA riots.
Right.
Yeah.
Which were
the
going on
Rodney
just before
King
that.
stuff
Yeah.
and like everything that's going, like Lorena Bobbitt's fresh in everybody's mind.
Right.
Like that weird fucking whatever was going on in America at the time. So it's kind of an amalgam of a couple. But you're right. Like, this is why Avatar 2 took 15 years to come out.
Yeah.
Because he was like, I need this new fancy thing. So this is my James Cameron.
Yeah.
thing.
He spends.
I need this new fancy thing.
That's
so I can
a
make
good.
movies
That's a good
cooler.
Cameron.
I don't know if I've ever heard him.
Well, at
speak.
least you can understand what he's saying. I'm impressed.
He's evolving.
That's impressive.
Cameras.
Come back, Linda. Come back, Linda.
Blue skin.
That's a good voice right there. Come back, Linda. You seen that Titanic bitch I cheated on you with? Oh, damn. I don't know why she's not. All right.
You got some opening thoughts over there?
Yeah, I do. Excellent cast. I do love the cast. Obviously Angela Bassett is key. Vincent, but I didn't know who else was in the movie. I remember seeing the cover of the movie. I hadn't seen it. This was my first time seeing it, and I didn't know that Vincent D'Onofrio was in it. William Fisher, Michael Wincott. I didn't realize he was in it.
Yep.
And Boston native, although he doesn't live here, but his brother and sister both had stayed.
Get on with it. Yes, get on with it.
Boston and Newton.
Who?
That's
Dennis.
Oh, I thought you said
I'm
it.
leading into it. Richard
right.
Edson,
Oh, okay.
who played Cooper's cousin.
Oh yeah,
Spike.
yeah, Tick. Yeah,
Yes.
yeah.
Yep.
He's
He's from
the Ferris Bueller guy?
Hey, how you doing? You speak English?
What country do you think this is?
Okay, listen.
Yes, the one that steals the car.
Yeah. What country
good
do you think
fucking
this
call.
is?
Oh yeah, I forgot about
See,
that.
guys, I know.
The guy that looked like Sonny
He's
Bono.
great.
You're good. Yeah. Before you hit the tree.
And I like.
Exactly.
I dug it. I mean, it's futuristic without really being futuristic, because this, unlike the movies that we talked about in our appetizer, this movie, with the exception of the squid technology, the world they live in is pretty much still around.
Yeah.
And it's pretty sad that not much has changed. I mean, you've got dirty cops, you've got school shootings, you've got gas over $3, the economy's shit, like all that stuff they mention out loud, and it's still that way.
Yeah.
So it's
And the DJ on the radio, I thought sounded an awful lot like Johnny Legs.
Yo,
I
totally.
thought
I was
so too.
looking it up.
I really did.
I was like, is this an uncredited?
I'm like, oh my God, it's Johnny Legs.
Like an uncredited cameo.
He's
or
the
something?
DJ.
Yeah.
No wonder Tito likes this.
Let's not look it up. Let's just assume it is.
All right.
And we'll
All right.
take it to our graves.
Okay.
But overall,
John was the DJ.
That's a
overall, I
deal.
liked it. I mean, obviously we're going to get more into it, but it was a pretty cool flick.
Excellent.
Cool. I'm kind of with Brian on this one. So I saw this once when I was younger, and I remember liking it. And when you had suggested it, I had even said, "Oh, good movie," but I had not seen it probably since it first came out to rent. I think I remember renting it with some buddies, and we were just like, "Oh, there's tits in it," because we're pigs.
Yeah.
But I didn't even remember that.
Oh,
I
but
I remember nothing
Juliette
about
Lewis.
this movie. That's all right.
They're attached to that face.
But
Yeah, but there's like 12 other pairs.
yeah, there's a
there's
lot
plenty.
in there.
There's plenty
But
to
I
go
didn't even
around.
remember the gratuitous stuff. You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah.
So watching it again, it's very long, and there's a plot in there, but it takes forever to get through. When he stumbles upon the murder, I feel like that should happen right at the beginning or closer to the beginning. I think the film could have been a lot shorter.
Yeah.
And I kind of think Angela Bassett should have just been the star of this film. I don't like Ray Fiennes in this movie
Yeah.
at all for that reason.
Bassett did more than Ray Fiennes
He
did.
sounds like a cross, but I was trying to think of who he sounded like, and I was going around. Well, sometimes he sounds like Ray Romano, sometimes he sounds like Frank Oz. But then toward the end, when
I dropped the squid.
I got your squid here.
when he starts stuttering, I realized who he sounds exactly like. It dawned on me. He sounds like the guy from Great Outdoors who gets struck by lightning. 66 times in the head. And I'm like, holy shit, he sounds just... I think I don't know if his name... It sounds like it's probably Phil or something, but...
Phil?
So much goes on in the beginning that could have been cut, and like then it's just weird. It's like we get to the main plot of the story like an hour in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's very odd.
Yeah.
And I'm already an hour in. I'm like, okay, where are we going with this?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a plot. Oh, it's a murder. It's
Because
like
the opening's very misleading.
it's
It's an exciting opening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All that
yeah.
that POV shot of the robbery and
right.
them trying
But
to
then
escape
it
the
just
cops.
kind of fizzles out for a little while.
Yeah.
It's just Ray Fiennes goofing off, sounded like Phil or whatever the fuck his name is, and then all of a sudden he discovers a murder, and I'm like, oh, that's the plot. Well, it was late. It was stuck in traffic. Where
Yeah.
the hell were you? I
Yeah.
needed you about an hour. So
LA traffic's a killer, man.
That's right. Some moments in it were good. Some of it I was just
That's the
shaking
real message of the
my
movie.
head in, but. I did like the end. I liked the riots. I loved the rapper who kind of caused this
Jericho one.
Yeah.
I kind of wish it was Angela Bassett and just that story. You know, Angela Bassett, you know, keep the technology, keep the whole Total Recall looking thing, the memories, but have it be her. And she stumbles upon it, and then, you know, she's in charge of this whole thing. I just don't think you needed Ray Fiennes in it at all. So, and it was I'm surprised.
I thought you were going to say Ray
It is a
Romano.
huge, it's really Ray Romano, this one. No, it's just really long.
It is
Very long.
It is a really long movie.
And just when you think it ends, there's another twist. And then when you think it ends again, oh, Tom Sizemore's a bad... Well, who didn't see that coming? But Tom Sizemore's a bad guy. So we have another 15 minutes.
Fat Chris Elliott?
Yeah. And then when he falls...
Take my strong hand.
And then when he falls and you think it's going to end, it's like, oh, no, we still have Vince D'Onofrio and Fitchner to deal with. And it's like, this movie needed to end. It needed to end a while ago.
No, I hear that.
So, I mean...
I saw this movie obviously years ago. It wasn't in theaters. I caught it on TV. It is really long, and there are so many scenes about this movie that I love that I can sit through the entire movie,
Which is
And
rare for you.
It doesn't fly. It flies for me because I know that like a really good scene that I absolutely love is going to come up.
Okay.
And I think it takes too long for Angela Bassett to appear.
Right. Agreed.
Like she needs to be up front and center way sooner. I like the again. I'm not a big Ray Fiennes fan. I think he does okay. I like Tom Sizemore. I think he's fun, a fun actor or a good character actor. But yeah, it's just a movie that I've always loved. It's weird. I really like Kathryn Bigelow. So it's one of those things where like if you get actors, and I say this all the time, I love characters and I love actors.
Makes
so if there's
sense.
an actor in a movie and a character that I love, then I'm just waiting for that character or actor to be on screen, and I'm just going to enjoy all of that.
Yeah.
And if it's a director that I love, then I'm all in. And this almost like tanked her career because it didn't do very well.
No,
it was kind of bombed.
It
Yeah.
made like an eighth of its budget.
Yeah,
or something. It was pretty bad.
It did not do very well. But yeah, directed by Kathryn Bigelow, Point Break, Zero Dark 30, Hurt Locker, Near Dark. The ideas, James Cameron's, he gives it to her and Jay Cox, funny name. And they kind of flesh out the rest of the story, like I said, and kind of incorporate those things that are happening today in the movie.
You can kind of see two movies going on here as well.
Yeah, there are. There's two. There's the
Similar to Return of the
assassination
Dragon.
of Jericho 1 by the police, and there's that story they're trying to
And
figure
there's all
out.
Lenny's bullshit.
And then there's all
Yeah.
Lenny's bullshit
Yeah.
with Faith
Yeah.
and some kind of love
Triangle.
quadrangle.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
Max
I
is
guess
in the mix
because you don't
too.
realize it was a quadrangle until the very last 15
Until
minutes.
the end.
Totally.
Yeah.
I think D'Onofrio and Fincher. Am I saying it right? How do you say
I always
it?
thought it was like Fichtner.
Fichtner, yeah.
Fichtner. So
Fichtner,
Fichtner
yeah.
and D'Onofrio should have been the villains.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
was another case of I didn't need the Juliette Lewis. I love Michael Wincott.
Yeah,
I
me
think
too.
I don't need him in this.
He was underused.
Yeah.
He was only there as a red herring.
Yeah. Totally.
Yeah.
He just kind of sits around, slaps people. He has a very big face for whatever reason in this movie. His head looks really big for his body. I don't know what it is, but
I think it was the hair.
it could have been the hair. You're right. Tom Sizemore's, that's fine, but their whole thing, I was not interested. But once you got to that end, and D'Onofrio's covered in blood, and he's got the
dragon fishing his
he's
body.
got the Full Metal Jacket face. He was Gomer piling. I thought, why didn't we have more of this?
Yeah.
Why didn't we have Angela Bassett verse this?
Yep.
Bring in all the riots, bring in the technology. It just could have been compressed, and it could have just been manipulated into a really good, because there is a great story in here, but it's muffled with all this extra shit.
Yeah, or potentially like 2 good stories.
Well, maybe, yeah.
Potentially.
All right, I'll do that.
Potentially 2 decent stories.
Okay.
What was the thing? Like, it's not till the end. Faith, the Juliette Lewis character, is a sympathetic character to me, right up until the end, where then I'm just like, oh, Angela Bassett was right this whole fucking time.
Yeah.
You are the devil.
Yeah.
You are the
Of course she is.
You are the fucking worst.
Did you hear her music?
Yeah. I actually don't think she's that bad.
She's horrible.
I don't think she's that bad. The music she's just okay to me. Let's get favorite scenes.
All right.
Okay.
Who wants to talk about their favorite scenes,
Well,
if they have any?
I'll start. I'll start.
Singling me out.
I'm gonna go Angela Bassett kicking ass, and it's pretty much the whole movie. But like, there's this one scene when she's just going ape shit on a bunch of guys, and I can't remember the names. Forgive me. If I saw it, I could point it out and be like, "That's it." But pretty almost anything with her kicking ass in it.
Yeah.
When she saves Lenny.
Yeah. God, was she
fights the
jacked
guys
in that
Yeah,
movie?
She's always jacked.
She's always been that fit.
I never realized she was that fit.
Yeah.
I never realized it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
That's why I always thought, and we talked about this before.
Yeah.
I always thought she would be Storm.
Yeah, you guys.
I was like,
you
oh,
guys
Storm,
had mentioned
Angela
that.
Bassett.
100%.
100% right.
That was like the Patrick Stewart gimme.
Yeah.
You're like, that's a layup.
Yeah.
Angela Bassett.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know how that didn't happen.
No kidding.
It must have fallen through, or maybe she wasn't interested
Well,
at the time.
you said, did she get any work after Strange Days at all? Like,
yeah.
She did, right?
So I mean, before
I feel like
before this, she did What's Love Got to Do.
Right,
What's
exactly.
Love Got
That's
to
the
Do.
first
She
thing
got
I
nominated
know.
for an Oscar.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And I think how
did
Stella was that after?
Yeah, how
or
Stella
before
got her
this?
groove back.
Was that after all that?
That might have been before. I'm not sure.
All right.
That was like mid 90s.
All right, cool.
Oh, now she's a Golden Globe winner.
She sure is.
That's right.
She sure
Yep.
is.
Wakanda forever.
So she was in Malcolm X. She's Betty Shabazz. Oh, she's in Innocent Blood. U.S. Attorney Sinclair. I gotta rewatch that movie.
Dude,
Critters 4.
Was she in
Critters 4?
She's in Critters 4. How
Fran.
did I friggin' miss that?
I have no idea.
Was she in Vampire in Brooklyn, or am I
She
thinking?
is. Yeah, with Eddie Murphy.
that's
She's in
right.
Vampire.
I didn't know she
Brooklyn.
was in Innocent Blood.
Yeah,
Ooh,
so she does What's
double
Love Got to
feature.
Do with it.
Derek,
Yeah,
here
right.
you go.
Oh, Vampires
Angela
in Brooklyn,
Bassett,
Innocent
double
Blood.
feature, double horror
Okay,
feature.
Mark. Yeah.
Derek.
That's great.
Do you want to do that?
I want to do that.
All right.
She does Waiting to Exhale. How Stella Got a Groove Back came a little after. But yeah, she works steadily. Oh, Supernova I actually always really
Oh,
like
that's
that.
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
Supernova.
like that film. But yeah, she's
That's the one with James
steadily
Spader,
since
right?
then.
Well, and now she's evolved
Yeah.
into this like just regal. She's so fucking.
Oh, she's a queen.
Yeah.
She's
Yeah.
like
Right.
a queen of the
Absolute
world.
queen.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Yeah, she's
Yep.
queen of the world.
Like
Yep.
she was
She
so
deserves to
perfect
be.
for the role that in in the Black Panther movie. She was the perfect choice for those. And
Yeah,
she's
she
just. She's a goddess.
All right, enough kissing ass. Let's go next.
Jesus I love you.
Thanks.
I love you, Angela.
I'm vomiting here. No, she's very good. You're right. Your favorite
all right.
scene?
So funny enough, my favorite scene is also my least favorite scene.
Oh.
Ooh,
Do you want me to do them both at
Yeah,
once?
why the hell not?
that's a mind fuck.
All right. So it's the finale. It's the.
How about
Derek's
that
trying to be deep.
fuckhead?
It's the finale. It's the finale scene. So I love it because when they're finally caught, they're both the cops, right? I mean, their performances in general, anyways, throughout the movie, they're intense. They're awesome. They're stellar actors, and they show off in this movie. They really like eat up each scene that they're in. But when they're finally caught and they're both so desperate that they try and kill Lenny and Mace still, but they get taken out, despite it taking a little long for the cops to finally open fire
Oh, yeah,
on them.
that was a little nuts.
But they're both incredible. But at the same time, I also have issues with that scene because I just can't see two cops shooting random people in the middle of a riot and not getting torn limb from limb by the rioters.
Yeah, I know.
Like they're obviously
it took everybody a long time to finally turn on these guys.
And they're chasing her through the crowd. So you would think that all these rioters would side with the black woman running through the crowd away from the cops.
Yeah.
And the two white cops, you know, mind you. And they just let it happen, and then like innocent people start getting shot.
Because they're trying to clear the path,
firing wildly.
Yeah,
I didn't buy that.
Yeah,
I feel like that was like, you know, it would have been a lot
but
different.
if you're seeing people get shot in the street, you might be like, maybe I don't want to jump.
I don't know. I don't know. I
mean, or because it's so chaotic, it's you know the turn of the millennium there, New Year's Eve, and you know people are hearing fireworks and everything else going off. People are drunk.
I don't know.
Did this guy get shot, or is he just like stumbling drunk next to me? You know,
I don't know. I mean, they're pretty. Like,
I didn't see what happened.
They probably thought it was a fucking street performance. That's probably what
like
Disney.
Like the mime.
Performances going on in the middle.
Like the mime.
There was no boating accident.
I feel like that wasn't even it wasn't a celebration going on.
Did you see all the confetti?
Well, yeah, but it was also like it felt more like a riot.
Yeah. I think.
Are there
so I
confettis
feel
at
like
riots?
it's kind of a party right up until that point where then the riot police show up and the crowd goes. I love and it's got to be dubbed, but the kid says, "Leave her alone."
Oh,
yeah, that voice does not match.
No,
Leave her alone. Yeah, you're like that's not that kid's voice. But I was
special
like
appearance by Michael Jackson.
But there's this great. It's the.
Leave the children. Sorry, Tito.
That's why I brought it up because it's ridiculous. The voice every time I see it, I'm just like, oh, that's not the guy.
Still more tolerable.
That
than
kid's got a more bass to his voice than this.
But good for that kid for being the first one
jumps in
of that whole crowd to be like, oh, fuck these cops.
Yeah.
But there's this beautiful shot, like when they are dead and she's like on the ground and like the confetti's just kind of falling around
I remember
her.
that was
and it's just like a really, really nice shot of her just there and waiting for Lenny to get in there. And
again, like Brian said, that last act is good.
Yeah.
I will say that.
Well, and I love that shot too of when D'Onofrio, after Fichtner gets shot.
Or shoots himself.
Yeah. Oh yeah. After he shoots himself, D'Onofrio like. He just loses it.
And because now he's going to face justice alone.
Covered in blood. His whole face is red like it's a mask.
Yeah.
And his eyes are all wide.
He's Gomer piling.
He's dragging the body behind him.
Yeah.
The guy.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
Such a great scene.
Yeah. Why the cops didn't waste him right there when he started like walking
I know.
forward.
Well, that's the thing. He's like clearly walking with the gun.
It's like
don't move. Don't move. I'm only going to tell you 21 times.
Yeah, give him 100 chances to stop. No, take him down.
It's a shame because he should have had more in this movie.
Yeah.
Absolutely,
they could have done so much more with him.
Well, and I'm glad that you do end up seeing more because they show them in the beginning chasing the girl. Iris, and then you don't see them for a while.
No,
and then they like kind of show up, and then but like you don't like you. Once you see
they're
why
in like
they're
street
involved,
clothes in the car, and they're like surveilling Lenny.
Right. But once they see the disc, once you finally see what's on that disc, and you see what happened, it reminded, and it was like that opening scene of The Raid. Like when I saw it, I'm like just totally like I was shocked, and it was like a cool movie viewing feeling.
Yeah,
which you don't get a lot.
But they both, I think their characters really match with their ends, right? Because William Fichtner is really just a tag along.
Yeah,
totally.
Like he wouldn't have shot anybody if D'Onofrio didn't shoot
Do it
anybody.
first, exactly.
So then he tags along, he follows along. Now they have to kill him. Now they have to find him, and then they finally get caught, and he's just like, "This is my worst nightmare come to life.
Yeah.
I have to die. I have to kill myself."
And he
because
hesitates, like he grabs that gun and he's loading it. Like, I can't do this.
Yeah, he's like, I've been tagging along this whole time, but then you see D'Onofrio for like he's a monster. He's a fucking monster.
Totally.
And he's been a monster this whole time. And right up until his end.
Yeah.
He's not going to kill himself. He's like, it's her fault that my friend just shot himself in the head.
Yeah.
Not
exactly.
It's our fault that we killed the guy in cold blood. We did nothing wrong. I got to kill her before I die. So that's a It's an intense scene.
So there is a payoff at some point with that. You guys talking about it, I will say that is a payoff.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually.
Yeah. But it just seemed to take so long to get
But
there.
it's ending number like 4 or something like
there's
that.
so
That's
many.
the problem.
There's like a Faith resolution. There's a Milo
Right.
resolution. There's
Right.
a Tom Sizemore resolution.
Mhm.
Angela Bassett and the cops resolution.
That was all these twists, and it was just like, you didn't need them.
Yeah.
You didn't. You got greedy.
They got greedy, yeah.
They got greedy.
Catherine.
What are you, Brian? What was your favorite scene?
I like any part that Angela Bassett was driving the limo. Seriously,
that first scene when you meet her and
Yeah.
she's driving Lenny and the
Japanese guy, and that was hilarious, you know. And
Yeah.
he's like trying to like work him in the back of the limo, and she's like, "No, you ain't doing that in my car." And
Yep.
she stops it, and then
she pins his throat. And she,
yeah,
he
oh yeah,
climbs
she
into
winds up
top
the
of it.
partition.
She rolls up the window. And
It's really hard to breathe.
Okay, you've got my attention.
But remember that one weird scene? Because I had watched some of this with you. 'Cause
Yeah.
we recorded last night too. And the scene where they're pouring gasoline all over.
Oh,
the limo,
yeah.
and they're not.
That's
doing
what I was going to
anything
get to.
about-
Yeah,
Oh, you were going to get to it.
Yeah,
Go right ahead. I'm sorry.
No, like that was going to bring that up. Like,
Yeah.
and especially that whole scene where she has to save Lenny.
Yeah.
You know, when they put the gasoline on the car,
Yep.
set it on fire, and she's got no choice but to drive it
drive
off
it
the
off.
pier.
Yeah.
And into the bay and put the fire out. And now the water's coming into the car, and she goes into the trunk and grabs the shotgun and.
But remember, we were like, why didn't she just drive off while he was doing
I know,
it? You
I know.
Like, run him
yeah,
over.
gas
yeah,
out, yeah.
Why
Yeah,
wait for the
exactly.
car to be on
on
it's
fire?
A cool effect,
it was
but-
cool.
Yeah,
effect, but
she's
yeah.
trying to get out of the. At that point, she's like, "I'm
Was
gonna
she
get out of this car. and I'm
okay.
gonna fucking start shooting people." I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah.
But
All
the
right.
door gets
Yeah.
stuck.
No,
but
that-
I really like. I think it's in that scene where she's like, "Relax. This is what I do."
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
She's
It
like,
showed
"No,
you
yeah, I'll
exactly
show you what I
what
can
her
do."
character was like. She was so calm. You know, she like pulled the back seat down. She went into the trunk. The trunk is already flooded with water. She grabs the shotgun. She comes back, grabs a breath of air, and says, "Lenny, hold your breath." Bang! You know, blast the back of the car open, and they kick for your life, Lenny.
Yeah, she's
She's
really
awesome.
Yeah.
great. She's
Should've
one of
been
the
the
reasons
star.
that I love this
Yeah,
movie
no,
so much.
the movie definitely needed more of her.
Yeah, those are my favorite scenes. Are scenes with Mace.
Mm-hmm.
Even scenes with Lenny and Mace together. I actually
Yeah.
like the heartfelt stuff.
Yeah.
I think they have some great moments of like, it's real time now,
Yeah.
time to get real, and she's trying to.
Oh, I know,
they're
trying to get him out
talking
of
that
like
stuff
his
out.
addiction
Yeah.
to these things.
Right, and his obsession with
Yeah.
faith, and he has his speech about you ever feel something and know that this person whatever, and she's like, yeah, motherfucker, me, like you're my faith.
Yeah.
And you don't see it. Like I'm chasing you around, and you're a fuck up, and I still love you.
I just wish she
Well, and
had
that's-
somebody better to work off of.
And that
Right.
scene
Yeah.
when the
It would've
cops
been
are
even
dragging out her husband, like the flashback to
Oh,
when
yeah, yeah,
it
yeah.
Oh, yeah,
happened.
yeah.
And she's like, oh, that was such, like, she's so awesome.
Yeah. And it's interesting, so because you only get that little bit of her
Right.
early life to see
hear
that,
about
and you're
it.
like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
She got to this really hard place in her
Right.
life.
Right.
But still, the little boy, you know who the little boy is?
No, I
It's
missed
Walter from Tales from the Hood.
No!
He's the son.
I missed
yeah.
See?
I might have
He's the son.
dosed.
Yeah, maybe.
I might have
He's the
dosed.
son.
Maybe.
You know.
But we thought that one of the guys was the guy from Total Recall. Hey man, I got 5
No,
kids
I thought
to
it was,
feed.
and it ended up being him. I think the guy from Speed, right? The
Oh,
woo
Glenn
shit
Plummer
guy.
is Jericho.
It's
yeah.
Jericho is the woo shit guy in Speed.
Yeah, driving
Woo
the Porsche.
shit.
Yeah, and he crashes into the
He
top.
was
Yeah.
awesome. I wanted more
Yeah,
of him
Jericho.
too.
Yeah.
I wanted the
Yeah.
story to be Angela Bassett, Jericho,
Yeah.
Vince D'Onofrio.
Well, who was the guy that had the short dreads then? That I
That
kept
was-
saying.
that
No,
was-
that wasn't Jericho.
There was another one.
I'm pretty
Was
sure
that
it
his
another
buddy?
one.
The-
Maybe it was his. No, his buddy had
No,
a
his
shaved
brother
head.
was
Buddy had a
bald.
shaved head.
I really like Glenn Plummer as Jericho one. I think he's great. I hate the song. I hate his rapping. I think it's terrible. It's this weird spoken word kind of thing.
Yeah, better than the.
And the
Juliette
bald
version.
guy is actually the guy who wrote the song. It's
Oh,
an
no,
actual
really?
song.
His buddy?
Oh,
No
Yeah,
kidding.
it's called Here We Come, and the guy's name is Me Fi Me,
Uh-huh.
which is like some kind of homage to, I think, black fraternities.
Okay.
But the bald guy is, in fact, the rapper who wrote the song that Jericho
The
was
Tri-Lands.
reciting.
Is-
Yeah, right. Bingo.
Is Wincott's bodyguard, was he an actual football player?
No, but
'Cause
he's
he
in the
talks about him doing
replacements.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
I didn't read
Yeah.
The Replacements is the one with Keanu, right?
Yeah.
I've
Okay.
seen it.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Oh, you
him?
never seen
I have
it?
not
Holy
seen
shit.
it.
Oh,
that-
that-
I saw that
movie's
one
hilarious.
once. I prefer Any Given Sunday.
The actor's Michael Jace, and he's Wade
Right.
Beamer, which is like he plays football. And as much as Milo or Philo is kind of useless, he could be a really good villain. I like his like crew
Yeah.
of like 3 weirdos and then like an ex-football player.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that hang out with him. And
And the weird blonde.
Oh, yeah.
The weird blonde.
Yeah,
And
with,
again,
with the dreads.
I would have liked to have seen him perform because he is an actual musician. He has
Michael
a band.
Wincott?
Machines. He's in the band Machines of Love and Grace that do that song off the Crow soundtrack.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I would have loved to have seen if we're gonna have a freaking concert.
Well, not Juliette Lewis was in a band.
Well, yeah,
And she's
that-
on
she
she's on
thinks-
the
she thinks she's in a band.
She's
Yeah.
on one of the Crow soundtracks.
There's also a band called Coldplay, Derek.
I have nipples. Coldplay has nipples, Derek. Can you milk them?
They're not very good either.
Well, it would have been. I mean, you saw him jamming in the room a little bit.
Who was it? Oh yeah, that was cool.
yeah.
That guitar licking.
Sorry.
Yeah, there's some cool fun. Again, the Angela Bassett is my favorite scenes, but both fight scenes where she fights the group of the three guys. One they're beating up Lenny, and then at the party when she shows up and the chick pulls out her blade and she's like, "Boom, I got a gun in my fucking
right. I'm
my
thinking of
thigh."
when she's saving Lenny. That was the one.
When they go down the elevator and he just keeps going down. Yeah, that's a great scene.
What about your least favorite?
Yeah.
Juliette Lewis singing.
Didn't like that, huh?
Stops the fucking movie. The songs are terrible. Then they're not. It's just the
Sorry,
same
PJ
line
Harvey.
over and over again. Can't hardly wait, or can I hardly wait? I'm like, oh my fucking god!
Oh, yeah, it is repetitive.
Not a fan. Not a fan.
No,
Could have
that's
done
fine.
with that.
You know, my least favorite scenes are the playback scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's watching somebody pretend to orgasm on the side of a bed.
Yep.
It's just kind of grueling to watch. Where you're just like,
it's a little uncomfortable.
When he's sitting at the edge of the bed at the end, he's just like, you're like, you're coming in your pants? Watching this.
You're feeling what they're feeling.
Just like, yeah, right. And some of the, like the first playback is really, really great.
Yeah.
And some of them are fun, but then it's like watching him with like Faith on the
Well, I feel like they
rollerblading.
should
It's
have
just
had like
oh.
some kind of filter or something like used like on the camera.
Yeah, make it look a little
because it was literally
more
just a
surreal
POV
or
shot.
something.
And I don't know
Yeah.
if- I mean, I don't know if I'm feeling that way because like the POV shot now has been around like since this movie. And,
Yeah.
you know,
the POV shot was around before the movie too, but they used a lot of it in
But
this
like,
one.
yeah, with like the run.
But then they had to Cameron had to tinker with the we can't have the camera jittery if they're moving around, so we have to do this to it.
Look there.
Yeah.
But it's more so
spent a
the
year.
Yeah.
A year
I read
putting
that.
it
Yeah.
the
Like,
bouncing back and
this
forth.
fucking guy.
Not so much the playback, but it's the scenes where you're seeing them react to the playback.
That- yeah.
I just
That
they
dude.
make me squirm.
Well,
That
Yeah.
one scene,
that.
that one
Two
scene
rape
when
scenes.
when he's standing there watching the guy rub himself.
Yeah.
This
Yes.
goes on for like 3 minutes.
Oh yeah, the
It's
first
like-
guy that he tries to sell.
yeah,
it
Right,
to.
it
like you're an
sells it to-
18-year-old girl taking a shower, and he's
Yeah.
just like, oh, that's what he was.
Well,
They
that
don't-
makes
Yuck.
sense.
Yeah, but they don't cut away to it.
but the moaning, like when he's watching the rape.
Yeah,
Oh.
yeah.
Yeah.
I
It's like,
agree.
does
Like,
he
I
love it?
didn't
Does he
like
hate it?
I
I don't know.
Like the way
I
that
know.
he sounded.
Did he
Yeah.
scream in his
Face.
pants?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he may have. He may have come on.
Especially
in his
because
pants.
like there's times where he views it in front of other people.
yeah,
Yeah.
And like
like it's nothing.
and you would think that it's you're seeing something horrible. You're seeing a murder and a rape.
Yeah.
And these people are watching you watch this and know what's on the disc, but you.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
These
Oh,
are
he's
horrible
loving it.
people.
This guy's loving it. Well, that's the thing. It's crazy because I guess like a drug, if somebody was really fucking strung out, then you just like
No one
shoot up right in front of you and maybe not
Yeah.
even give a fuck. And it's
Yeah.
like, Jesus Christ, how do you even do that in front of a person?
It would have been cool if they did. Remember the scene in Demolition Man when Sandra Bullock has cyber sex?
Oh, when they're having the sex, it's just like,
And it's just these quick images of things happening, and you hear noises, but it's not.
Yeah, I
You
know,
know,
that
it's
would have
not.
been a
yeah,
better
I
effect.
that kind of editing, that kind of style, I think would have been cool
would've
for
preferred.
this.
Good point.
yeah.
Yep.
Brian, what was your
What-
least?
I want to say a lot of the things when Tom Sizemore was on. I don't think he was. He just looked so fucking
Meatloaf.
goofy in that
He
wig.
needs a shower. and
He looked like a cross between
he's
Meatloaf
sweaty
and
He does look like Meatloaf.
He looked like a cross
Oh,
between
my God.
Meatloaf and a fat Chris Elliott. You know, it's I just couldn't take him in that fucking wig.
No.
And he wasn't acting that good either. He really wasn't. He just took me right out of the movie.
He's not usually a good actor anyway. I don't really.
Oh, I always liked Tom Sizemore.
He-
As
he
a
was-
character actor, I always
Certain-
liked
As a
Tom
character
Sizemore.
in
actor,
certain
yes.
He plays the
roles,
same character.
Yeah.
that's what I
He's-
like about him.
He was good.
When he
was-
does play that same sleazy character, he's
Right.
good. True Romance, Natural Born Killers, he's good.
He was
But-
good in Saving Private Ryan, which is what I was trying to
see, I
get to.
didn't remember
Yeah,
that.
he was really good in
Sorry
that.
about that, Brian. I didn't mean to.
I like him in Heat. I think he's good in Heat. I think he's great in Black Hawk Down. I don't know if you've
Yeah.
ever seen that. But
Remember
I
the
did,
Relic?
yeah, I
He's
forgot he
pretty
was in
terrible
that.
in the Relic.
I've never seen that.
Oh.
I was gonna say about the bugs. but that's
Mostly
Mimic,
everybody was
right?
terrible in the Relic.
What would you change about this?
What would I change? I would get to the plot of the story quicker.
Yeah,
Agreed.
too long.
Too long to,
Yeah.
to get to the the point.
I think it could either trim an entire subplot altogether or just compress it a little bit more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or get to the plot of each movie
Yeah.
faster.
Yeah.
You know, both of them.
Yeah, I would agree.
Fine's awful accent and the
That's another one.
and the way he and the others react to the sensations from the violent discs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The violent.
Oh, okay. So yes, the way
Like,
he
yeah.
reacts to the sensation. That's
Yes.
you just verbalized exactly how I was trying to.
Yeah.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's exactly what I
So,
mean. Yeah.
Those.
Their reactions to it are just
And
disgusting.
like you said, I think that the actual images of the POV shots, I think if they had done like the Demolition Man effect,
Yeah.
it would have been a lot better.
I will say, as much as I dislike Ralph Fiennes, I think he does used car salesman
Yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Which I think is
Yeah.
fun about this
Yeah,
the
he's
squid
like-
technology is like it's not easily accessible.
No, it's
or maybe
outlawed.
it's too accessible.
Yeah.
Because he's just walking around like, hey, you want some? You want some? You want some? Where like
Yeah.
real drugs, you're just like, I need some. Where do I get it?
So
he's
it's-
trying to convince you to buy his stuff.
Well, because people are down, people have it for themselves, and then he just has to find people and offer them money to take.
Yeah, but then he's got to find customers to sell it to also.
Yeah.
Right? It's not like he's got a steady stream of people coming in. He
But
can't
it's
afford his
not
car
so
payments.
much his character or what he does. That's fine, or how he looks. It's the trying to muffle the accent is very distracting
Yeah.
and takes me right out of his character because he sounds really goofy.
Yeah.
And it gets worse as the movie goes on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's fair.
So to get back to the tech, didn't they say that the tech was originally created by the military for like a spying?
For spying on people.
And so is it outlawed? Have they made
Yeah,
it
it's
commercially?
illegal.
Yeah,
No, it's
okay.
illegal. Yeah,
so,
yeah.
So that's why.
So it's
Yeah.
underground, but
Yeah.
it's such a weird thing. Like the technology is so weird to me, just like these little discs. So it's not like you gotta get.
Yeah.
It would be funny if he opened up his jacket and he had a fucking.
Hey, you want to buy a
one
watch?
side had watch. Yeah, one side had the watches, the other side had the disc.
Oh, he had about 1,000 Rolexes
Yeah,
anyway.
right.
He might as well have.
No thanks, mine's real.
Yeah, I
Like
love that.
part
Oh,
is
that was
like,
good.
Sir,
no thanks, mine is real. The thing I would change about this movie, it is pretty long. I'm okay with it, and I said this earlier. It's Jericho 1's bars. They're just not very good.
No.
I'm sorry.
All right.
You're gonna base him on like Chuck D and like KRS-One, who are just like these prolific voices, who are really also good at rapping. Like you should have called one of them up and been like, Chuck D, write a song. For
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
Write
Yeah.
a song for this movie, or KRS, write a song, and this is the character. And I
Well, and
think
if you're gonna
you could have
dub the
something
little
very
kid,
cool.
then you might as well dub.
If you're gonna dub the kid, you might as well,
rapper.
get somebody else to rap for him. It's
Vanilla
true.
Ice was available, I'm sure.
He was. I
could've
think he
given
might
us
have been getting hung out a window and
During
Suge
the whole-
Knight probably.
Oh, all right. All right. Well,
making him sign his life
yeah,
away.
you can't write a good lyric or two while you're hanging over a balcony.
No can do.
No.
What's a scene that might make you stop watching this movie?
Stop watching or stop and watch?
Stop watching.
Juliette Lewis singing. I know I'm harping on it, but that's really the thing that just stuck out as being one of the worst things in it. And a lot of these questions, or categories, you find yourself saying the same thing. I guess.
That's
so.
right.
If I was passing by and I saw that and I said, "Oh, it's about a character she's playing and she's in a band," no.
Yeah.
So.
I'm not buying it.
I would say the whole showdown in the room with like after the Milo thing and and then like the real when Max is revealed like which you knew was coming. As soon as you see Tom Sizemore, you know like okay, he's a scumbag. He's obviously involved somehow. And the whole like all of a sudden there's a love triangle. The fact that like they're together but like there's zero chemistry between them.
Yeah.
It was just the whole way that it played out was just lame.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the time you got to it, you didn't care.
Right. It's true.
Because it was another subplot.
Yeah.
Toward the end.
Yeah. 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 I think I agree. Because it's a Tom Sizemore thing for me again. Yeah. And
Some of those Tom
no, I just can't get past the way he looks in this movie. Sorry.
Lenny's the only one without a wig. And,
Yeah. I didn't mind Ralph Fiennes with the long hair either. He looked pretty good. His outfits weren't bad either. But
oh yeah, they make fun of his ties. But I thought he looked fun.
Yeah, I didn't know you. I didn't know you were colorblind, Max. It's the only way I can stand your ties.
I always the reactions to the playback always make me want to stop watching the movie.
Yeah.
But also a scene that's really hard for me to get through sometimes is like the Iris murder rape
Oh
scene.
yeah, no, that's tough.
It's just it's long.
Yeah.
And you're just like, Jesus Christ, man. Can you end this? Like
we get it. We get it.
I get it.
Yeah.
They killed her.
Yeah.
We already know she's dead.
Cut back to Lenny orgasming or
Yeah,
whatever the fuck he's doing.
right.
So we don't have to watch this.
I want to see that stain right in his crotch.
You spill mayonnaise? What is that? It's a nice suit there, Lenny.
Those scenes always, I'm just like, oh, can I get to bring Angela Bassett back already?
Just be in the whole movie. This really, can we call this episode a love letter to Angela? Because it's turning into
Friend of the show, Angela Bassett?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Woo! She's listening.
We got another one.
Yep, recent Golden Globe winner, Angela Bassett.
Where am I? If you had to replace someone in this film, who would you replace?
Well, gee,
Mark, who would you recast?
I would recast Ralph Feins.
Who would you recast him as?
It didn't occur to me to think Val Kilmer.
Okay.
I'm not saying that just to kiss your ass, but that popped into my mind.
I would take that.
Because he popped into my head as Jim Morrison from The Doors, and I
with
just
the long hair.
saw that documentary, Val.
And
he's kind of been fresh in my head.
The title of the movie, Strange Days, is taken from a Doors song.
See, there you go. And he's still, in his prime in that, right? He's
got
a lot of
95, absolutely.
Yeah. Right?
Oh,
I would have gone Val.
Yeah. 2000.
Val Kilmer, without a doubt.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I had thought of that.
Sizemore. Recast Sizemore.
Yeah, I'm with you.
You got anybody in mind?
Right. I don't know.
Anybody besides Sizemore?
Anybody but Sizemore.
Like Mickey Rourke.
Oh, Mickey Rourke would be cool.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Was that around the time that he had kind of started with his boxing shit?
I think he only had like 6 fights total and it fucked his face up.
He did, yeah.
Maybe it was him in there.
And he was still like young, slim Mickey Rourke, handsome.
Okay, then. Never mind.
I mean, there's
I watched
a lot
one of his
of
fights once it was time.
There's a lot of other ones that would have been better. I mean, Chris Penn looks like Tom Sizemore a little. Maybe Chris Penn could be.
He'd still look like me.
I don't know if I'd go with a pen.
Yeah. The pen is mightier than the sword.
The Sizemore.
Actually,
Denholm Elliott would have been better than Tom Sizemore.
Hello, sir. It was me all along. Michael Wincott would have been better as
lost
that
in his own
character.
memories.
Yeah,
huh?
actually.
Quite frankly, that's a Michael Wincott kind of character.
Yeah.
Because you could have really had anybody as Milo either.
Yeah.
And he's just this like kind of sleazy.
Record producer.
Record producer guy.
Anybody could have played him.
Put Fisher Stevens in that role.
Oh, dude.
Fisher
Yes.
Fisher Stevens as
the
Milo.
Philo?
As
The
Milo.
plague.
Yeah.
The plague. Bring the plague in.
Yeah.
And have Michael Wincott as Max.
Yeah.
There you
She'll fucking date anybody,
Totally.
so why not
Yeah.
Fisher Stevens?
Right.
If she'll date Max, fucking colorblind, wearing a wig all day.
Dude, he's good enough for Michelle Pfeiffer. Then
She's just dirty and used. She's awful.
Mickey
Who's
Rourke
that?
was
Who?
boxing
Which
in
one?
91.
Juliette
He was
Lewis.
boxing in
she's
91,
terrible.
so yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, that Mark?
91.
I missed the
Mickey
one. sorry.
Rourke, 91.
He was
Oh,
boxing.
all right.
And he
Okay.
fought, I think he only had like 6 fights before.
Yeah,
he
I
was
like that. I
shouldn't
like
do
that
this.
casting
Yeah,
choice.
thank you.
Derek.
Yeah, me
Good.
too.
Yeah, that's a good choice.
That's
Dave.
a win
Pretty
right
good at
there.
fan casting.
You hate Tom Sizemore.
Yeah.
Did you change him?
Sweet.
Yeah.
Is that-
yeah,
so you
that's
said
what
the
I
same
said. I
thing,
agreed
yeah.
with Derek when he said
Almost
it. Yeah.
unanimous.
I went Lenny too. I like Tom Sizemore. I picked Lenny. I wish I had picked Val Kilmer. But I went, this one's kind of a reach. I was thinking either Patrick Swayze, Bill Paxton. I think actually might be pretty good.
He would be pretty good, and he's
Although
friend of Karen Bigelow.
Actually,
Kathryn
Bill
Bigelow.
Paxton
I
kind
would-
of would have been cool as the Tom Sizemore character too.
Yeah.
Now
Bill
that-
Paxton might have been
Yeah.
close. And I was thinking like Kathryn Bigelow, James Cameron
Yeah.
connection. The other one I was thinking for Lenny, I actually think Nicolas Cage might be a really good Lenny.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'd watch. it.
Yeah.
Because he can do like used car salesman, like
Yes, he
over the
could.
top
Yep.
kind of.
Yep.
I like that one.
I can picture him like in that was it Snake Eyes movie? When he's
Oh,
in
that's
Vegas,
exactly what I was
like
thinking
with the
with
flashy
Snake Eyes.
suits and
Yes, that's exactly.
Yeah,
what
no,
I was
you're
thinking
right.
with Snake
But
Eyes.
with the Con Air hair.
But with I don't
know
the
if I'd
Con
go.
Air accent. Yeah, this is my Nicholas. Yeah.
Why didn't you
Put the bunny in
put the
box.
squid back in the car?
Hoot your bird, Milo. If we're gonna do the James Cameron tie-in, how about Lance Henriksen as is it Philo or Milo?
Oh,
Philo?
No, it's
Philo.
Philo. It's
It's
Philo.
Philo? I thought it was
Philo.
Lance
Milo.
Henriksen is Philo.
Yeah.
He's got a nice, creepy, menacing.
I was
quality
thinking
to him.
Lance Hendrickson also earlier as Max.
But
Yes,
James
right.
Cameron really wasn't involved as much.
No,
He was
I'm saying,
producer.
what
He's
if?
there, yeah.
Yeah.
If we
He
were going,
produced
because
it.
we were going with Bill Paxton,
Yeah.
so I was just
Yeah.
continuing
It
I like
was
that
his
tie.
that
story.
whole thing.
Yeah.
If we had our druthers, so to speak, Derek.
Right.
It bums me out that they didn't do more with I think the biggest travesty of this whole thing is that Angela Bassett had become like a huge action star.
I know.
Yeah,
And she could
it's
have.
true.
Mm-hmm.
But then like Sigourney Weaver didn't become a huge action star.
No.
She should have too.
No, you're
No,
right.
but it's up to them. I mean, like
You're right.
they
I
maybe
guess.
they didn't go for it. Like
Yeah.
maybe she didn't. She went for this movie probably because of the subject matter.
Oh, it's possible.
You know?
Yeah.
Well, wasn't that her reason for taking Ghostbusters anyway? Because she did not want to always be seen as like so masculine.
She wanted to do comedy.
She wanted to show
Yeah.
people she
Yeah.
could
I mean,
be
and
funny
she's really
and
funny.
sexy.
Like
Yeah.
Sigourney
Yeah, totally.
Weaver is a great comedic
I seem to
actress.
remember hearing that somewhere.
Yeah.
Heartbreakers.
Yeah.
and-
Yeah, she is funny.
Galaxy Quest.
Galaxy
Oh,
Quest, she's
absolutely.
awesome. And super hot in that one.
Yeah.
Sidebar, she's super hot in that movie.
Working girl.
Working girl.
Working
Working Girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great villain, great hero, great everything.
Yeah.
Anyway.
She's great all around.
Yeah.
All right, I got a award for what are you doing in this movie? You guys have any nominees?
I had Tom Sizemore. Like, why is Scagnetti in this movie? He doesn't do these kind of movies. He plays dirty cops and seedy, but not in the future. And,
Yeah.
and he's better in a 70s kind of movie. You know, he should have sideburns and be
Be a soldier.
Yeah, or a soldier.
Not a like semi.
Not even a soldier for me.
Officer.
Honestly, not even a soldier for me.
No.
Like, I'm sure I don't
feel like
remember.
he plays a soldier in a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and I've never seen anything with him in as a soldier, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Except
Lucky.
Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah,
but I don't
Saving
remember
Private
him
Ryan.
Yeah.
in that, actually. I just remember
Vin
him as
Diesel was
always
in that, too.
playing the
Yeah.
seedy cop,
Yeah.
you know?
Or Weasel.
Scagnetti or the Weasel. The weaselly, seedy cop.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
And thinner, too, with sideburns.
D'Onofrio. Because I didn't know he was in it, and I was shocked when I saw him on the screen, and I think like I hadn't seen a lot of his stuff pre 97. Like Men in Black was probably one of the other
You saw
than
Full Metal Jacket?
Other than Full Metal Jacket,
Okay.
like I knew him from Full Metal Jacket, but like I didn't really know him until Men in Black, and he's great
Agreed.
as Edgar. Like I mean, he's awesome.
Same for me.
Yeah.
And Adventures in Babysitting because he was
Oh,
always
right.
yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But,
Both of those movies are movies like Adventures of Babysitting and Men in Black were movies
Yep.
where I was like, oh, that's Vincent D'Onofrio.
Yeah.
You got a nominee, Brian?
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Fichtner.
Fichtner?
Yeah, because I didn't know that he was in this. Along with D'Onofrio, I didn't realize he was in it, even though I had seen this years ago.
He's another one too.
Totally forgot.
I don't know a lot of things he's been in.
He's in a lot of things.
Dark
yeah,
Knight.
I mean, Dark Knight, obviously.
Armageddon.
Go.
Armageddon.
Oh, that's
Yep.
right.
Yeah,
He's the
yeah, the
asshole.
Dark Knight.
Go.
Shit, you go. Yeah,
He is in Go.
He's in
Yeah.
Equilibrium. You guys
He
Yeah.
is the gay cop, right?
Yeah.
Who
yeah,
hits on
he
Scott
is.
Wolf.
He
Yep,
is.
if
Yeah,
I'm not-
yeah,
Oh shit.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's a lot of orange shoes.
That's a lot of orange.
I just want to know if we can make a deal. Can we make a deal? That's a great movie. I can see that.
Yeah, I watched that again not that long ago. That's a good flick. Yeah, I like him. He cranks up any scene that he's in, like all the way to 11. He's a great actor, and I get that. When he made this movie, he was probably an up and comer, you know. But it's just so cool to see him pop up in this movie. I'm like, oh wow, that's right, yeah.
He was in Drive Angry, which we saw not too long
That's
ago.
right,
That's
he was,
right.
yeah.
That's right.
Yep.
He's in Heat.
Yep.
He's in The Longest Yard.
He's in a lot of shit.
Yeah, he is.
He's one of the
He's a great
guards.
character actor, and when
Yeah.
when he shows up, you know you're in for a good ride.
And you've probably seen him more times than you realize.
Oh no, definitely.
Yeah.
Right?
Just
Because
as
you don't.
Tito's
Yeah,
listing
exactly.
out
We're
the
rattling
movies, I'm
off all
like,
these
yeah,
movies.
Ton of
Yeah.
shit.
You don't
I've seen
recognize
I've
them
seen
at
that.
the time.
And I
but-
could only think of a handful
Right.
myself, you know.
Blades of Glory, Random Crash.
Yeah.
Fucking Drowning Mona.
Which Crash? There's two of them.
Oh, the
The
one,
sex crash.
not the Elias Codius one, the other
Yeah.
one with Tandy Newton.
Oh, I
and,
forget.
what's his
okay.
face?
I forgot Casey Jones was in that one.
Yeah, you better believe
Mm-hmm.
it.
You better believe it.
So
Hey,
I had
Bogey.
some of those guys too. I also threw on Nicky Cat. who
Oh
is
yes,
one
that's
of the
right.
bodyguards. He's the bald Philo's bald
okay.
bodyguard,
Yeah.
the one that punches him in the face with the watch.
Yep.
And Kelly Who.
Oh, as the
news
newscaster.
reporter.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm
that
like,
was
holy
her?
shit, it's Lady Deathstrike.
Yeah,
Holy crap!
yeah, it's the news reporter.
I didn't
the
even
very
recognize her.
beginning.
Wow,
Yeah.
She's
all right.
gorgeous.
Love
She was
her.
on screen for all of like
Oh,
10
man.
That was
seconds.
the first time I ever noticed that. This is when I
So
was like,
beautiful
oh,
in
Kelly
X2.
Who. Do we have a winner? Who do we like?
Angela Bassett.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. Who wins the award
Oh,
for
okay.
what are you doing in this movie?
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, sorry.
Based on all our nominees.
You
No,
guys
don't
brought
apologize.
a better one, so I mean,
Well, did you have
it
one?
would be
What-
one.
Yeah, I threw Kelly Who and Nikki.
Oh
Cat
yeah,
on
Kelly.
there.
That's right.
Maybe Kelly. Who is
yeah.
like even more obscure.
Pretty obscure.
Yeah.
Do it then.
I would say
I'll give
Kelly
it to Kelly
Who.
Who.
Yeah.
All
All
right,
right.
Kelly Who, friend of the show.
Yep.
How does it stack up? So I would liken, I guess the genre, I might throw this in cyberpunk neo-noir.
Yeah,
totally.
Kind of. So how
like the Johnny Mnemonic, Demolition Man.
Yeah.
So I put some of my films that I was Blade Runner, Matrix, 13th Floor, Dark City, 12 Monkeys, Minority Report, movies like that. How would you stack this against some of those films or other films that you like in that
Most
genre?
of the movies you mentioned, I think, are better.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
I kind of agree too.
Yeah. I think this is more to the bottom of that pile, but it's not probably the worst.
Okay.
I think this has a lot. It's a lot deeper. There's a lot of.
They meant well.
Better. Well, like no, I mean like the subject matter and the setting. I guess I think like is a little bit, not better, but like. I don't know, more impressive.
Or topical.
More
Yeah.
Where whereas the other stuff is a lot more like flashy, fun, like
existential.
It's those movies are meant to enjoy. This one is more like a movie meant to make you think.
Yeah, I can see that.
So
well, part of it anyway. You've got two stories. One of them is pretty
the other
standard, and the other is the one that makes you think.
Yeah.
I think they were trying to be deep and they missed the mark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they got it right the first time. It was just the other story that kind of took away
there's
from
some.
it.
Yeah. I think especially when you hit it.
What's
the
funny
ending,
is
I think
we talked about how Kathryn Bigelow was the one that brought in all the riots and all that stuff. So the stuff that makes more sense and that we liked a lot and that is, like the better storyline is from her.
Right. And all the porn shit is from James Cameron.
Yeah. Enemy of the show.
Yeah. He was,
Enemy of the show. Oh, we got one. we got one.
Oh, totally.
Yeah. Enemy of the show, James Cameron.
All in one
we
episode.
established that even before you joined us.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great to
Made
hear.
some
to
great
know.
movies for a while, but what a prick.
Yeah. Total douchebag.
Yeah, you don't cheat on Linda Hamilton. You
No.
just don't do it. You don't cheat on anybody. Be loyal, sir. But it's Linda fucking Hamilton.
Yeah.
And then he cheats on Linda Hamilton with the chick from Titanic, and
Yeah, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He's a piece of shit. He's a monster.
He's no friend of mine.
No.
Yep.
No friend of the show.
No.
MVP, baby. Who is it?
Bassett.
That would be Bassett.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Across the board. Yeah, Angela Bassett. Not enough in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed.
More Bassett.
She showed up way too late in the movie.
This is a movie that I would have on in the background doing other stuff, and I would walk into the room where something knowing what the movie is, I would come and take a
stop and watch. Bassett,
and then I would just go back to something else.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So it kind of makes the rotation?
It makes I think it was the We Hate Movies guys that claimed a hangover movie where if it's on or you scroll or click by it or whatever,
Like a Sunday afternoon kind of thing.
then I'll leave this on while I'm doing something. So I'll steal their term and say for me it would probably be a hangover movie.
I can't get off the couch. I can't do anything
Whatever,
but watch whatever's on.
You're tired of switching the channel. You know the movie, so you're like,
I
okay,
just
I
need
can live
some
with this.
background noise while I'm doing shit. Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
I wouldn't go out of my way to
put it
probably
on
see
and
it
watch
again.
it or-
Not now, anyway.
Yeah.
So.
All right.
These guys are a little rougher than I am. I would add it to the rotation. If I was going to have a marathon of like this type of movie, like the Demolition Man and Johnny Mnemonic, I would throw this on.
You would throw that
Yeah,
on.
it's no
would
Tank
watch it
Girl.
again.
That's my review.
Yeah.
I still got to
No,
see
Tank
Tank Girl
Girl.
because you keep referencing it, and I don't know anything about it.
I think we're going to have to do a Tank Girl episode then.
Oh, yeah?
Well,
not
if
good.
Wait your goddamn turn,
wait
Mark.
till I get some
Is
pictures.
it a fantasy film?
Tank Girl?
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't happen.
There's kangaroo people in it, right?
There's
Yeah,
Ice-T as a
Ice-T. Is that
kangaroo.
science? Is
That
that
should be
science?
the only selling point to
Is
this
that
movie.
the fantasy? Is that fantasy?
It's
Kangaroo people, or is that more scientific?
That's
more
more
science.
sci-fi.
right?
They're mutants.
dystopian.
That's
Right,
sci-fi.
Disney?
Yeah,
mutants,
they're a
I'm trying, Mark.
hybrid.
I'm trying to get.
Thank you.
Tito's trying to learn your lingo.
Listen,
Yeah.
I'll get there eventually, Tito.
Kangaroos. We'll get it.
Your geeky basement confuses and frightens me. I'm just
Did
a
it come
simple
up
man.
when we did the movies, comic book movies that weren't Marvel or DC? I feel like
I think it did.
We might
Yeah.
have. That was a while
I think
ago.
that was a long
Yeah.
time
Yeah.
ago. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I watched it with a bunch of people, and they were all Tank Girl fans, and they hated it. And I absolutely loved it because Ice-T is a fucking kangaroo in
He's a
it.
kangaroo guy.
That was just my counter argument to everything they had. It's nothing like the comic books. Yeah, but Ice-T was a fucking kangaroo in it. It's the plot's too straightforward. Tank Girl's all over the place. It's all different little things. Yeah, but Ice-T's a
Ice-T.
fucking kangaroo in it.
That movie's all over the place. There's a fucking musical number.
Yeah.
Midway through the movie.
But I guess the comics are even more out there.
I never read them.
Out there.
The movie's all right. If you were going to make a sequel, how would it go? Who wants to go first?
I don't
Oh,
really.
we didn't do what doesn't work today.
Oh, did I
Let's
skip
goes
that?
last. Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
yeah,
And
you
that was
did.
one of my favorite
And you
ones,
didn't ask
too.
me if it would make my rotation either.
Oh, I know, because you hate them all.
But I was going to say, I would watch it again. There is enough good in this movie that would make me want to watch it again.
Oh,
Surprise!
Brian, I'm sorry.
Surprise!
I am
See?
surprised.
See?
He's only lying.
He's saying
I am
that's
not
his
lying. I was
Yeah.
waiting for him
Because
to
I called
hated
them.
this
Because I
movie.
said they were rough.
He's being nice.
Yeah, but you like it, Rough.
You got
Stop
him a
being
present.
nice to me.
That's
Stop being
why.
nice to me. You're right. And what things that might not work today was one of my favorite things that I had. Do you guys so? What might not work today?
I was going to make a joke again, but I've used it too much about Juliette Lewis, so I'm going to take what you said about the POV shots. I don't think they work well today at all. They're not exciting to watch. They're uncomfortable. They're not done well or super futuristically or anything of that sort. So they don't work at all. They just look like softcore Cinemax moments.
Softcore snuff film.
Yeah. That's mine.
I was gonna say nothing really, because I mean, not a lot seems to have changed.
Nothing works. Nothing really.
No. I mean, like, what? No. You know what? I guess I phrased it wrong. No, not a lot seems to have changed since then. So not a lot would have to.
A lot of the social
for the
stuff
film to work?
still holds up.
Yeah.
To work, Brian. I'm sorry. I'm not going to skip you ever again. Is there something in this movie that you think that would not work today?
Yeah, I think the POV shots. It was Sizemore. Yeah. Yeah. Is he
He's
dead?
definitely not working
Is he
today.
dead?
He's dead.
He's dead, right?
Yeah.
Tom Sizemore's dead?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
No, he's fucking 61 years old. Man.
Yeah.
He's going strong. He's still alive.
No.
Are you thinking?
So it's just his career is
Look
dead.
at that face.
Are you thinking?
Oh my God.
Chris Penn.
You're
He's like a
thinking
ghoul.
Chris
You were
Penn.
thinking Chris Penn, Brian.
Show Derek.
Well,
Oh, maybe I'm.
He looks like a ghoul.
He might as well be dead.
All right?
He does look like
He's back from the dead.
Oh Jesus!
And he's here for your children.
Yeah, he is.
that ain't his real hair.
I told you he looked like Meatloaf.
He looks like the clown John Wayne Gacy without clown makeup.
Yeah, like he washed it off, but he didn't get it all.
It was
Yeah.
like Joker venom
Yeah.
or shit. No, I think you guys were thinking of Chris Penn
Maybe.
because they're in a lot of shit together.
Yeah, you might be right.
Old.
Chris Penn's dead, right?
Chris Penn is definitely
Chris
dead.
Penn did pass.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Tom Sizemore, 61 years young.
Sorry,
Well,
Tom.
you know what? We just mentioned it on the show, so Tom Sizemore will die within the next
Oh,
couple
no.
of weeks.
He's dying right now.
The 3GD curse.
As we speak.
Well, now they can't be in our sequels. Oh man, or he can't be in our sequels, right? They can't be in the. Dear God.
So my thing that wouldn't work today, payphones and talk to text fucking voicemails.
Oh my God.
That's your future?
Yeah.
I can call and leave the message and it'll
Well,
type.
yeah,
I
but
can
it
hear
was
what you're
back
saying. I don't need to
then.
read it on the
Yeah.
screen. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
No, that's true.
Do you have a dime so I can buy this, pay for a phone call
Well,
and
it's
then
a
do a talk
crime
to text?
to pay more than a
for
dime,
my buddies.
Tito. Come on.
Yeah. How much do you think that phone call was on the payphone? Like $3?
In the future?
Yeah.
Definitely $3.
$6? All quarters?
All quarters? No, they
Talk to
didn't-
text.
Took him a half
They
an
get a
hour
credit
just to
thing.
feed the machine.
No one
They
reads
get a
the talk
card.
to text
There was a
voicemail.
card.
They just hear it and they're like, "Oh shit, somebody's calling me."
It's a token. It's
put
a
the
little,
words on the screen.
It's a little token with Sizemore's face on it. Just put,
Yeah.
It's like a Chuck E. Cheese fucking token with Sizemore saying, "I'm not dead yet."
You will be in a moment.
That was my. Yeah, I didn't. That doesn't hold up for me.
I swear, if he goes tomorrow or anytime this week,
Then we got to make a list.
He'll
I'm
probably outlive us all.
reevaluating my existence.
He'll outlive us all. Tom Sizemore.
Don't say that. I don't want that either. Can we meet in the middle? He goes, but not after
No,
we
I
say
mean like
it.
he'll live till he's like 200. Do you want to live till you're 200?
Not if you.
Yeah, nobody
Yo,
wants
yeah,
to
of course I
live
do.
that long.
I want to keep going as long as I can.
90s,
Piss off as many
80s,
people.
whatever.
I want to be a decrepit, disgusting blob of a 200-year-old mutant that repulses people like Tom Sizemore.
Talk to text.
Yeah. Long hair. I'll be like Jesse Ventura, the fat Jesse Ventura. Got the skullet going. I'll be creeping around in a dirty robe and mustard stains, kind of like I do now.
Governor of Minnesota.
I won't be governor of anything. I'll be governor of a town that I made up, and it's a little model.
He'll
Yes,
annex
I might say it'll-
Welcome to
corner of
Marktopia.
Yeah, that corner that you live in. Just
So made of paper
Victoria.
towel rolls and glue and a lot of dried macaroni
just
and
gonna have a fucking border right there, right at the corner.
Yep.
Just arms that going up and down. You gotta pay the toll if you want to get past me.
Welcome to Marktopia. Grab
What
some
slice
cheese
of
dip and come on
cheese?
over to the Plan 9 from Outer Space screening room.
where it's Plan 9
All
the
day,
time.
all night.
Oh, see, you got to have a goal.
Oh, hi,
Gentlemen,
Mark.
You got to have a goal. No, that's Derek. Derek will have the. You know what? I'll do a little side country for Derek, a Reynardia or something.
Had to go to war.
Fuck you, Carrie. Kelly sucks.
The true annex.
It's World War V between Reynardia and Marktopia. Again, it was over Carrie Kelly. Unfortunately, only the cockroaches are left alive, so no one cares.
No survivors. There were no survivors.
That's my sequel to this movie.
The peacekeeper, the Domino's peacekeeper came and worked things out.
The Yamani's piece.
It was like the Christmas Day truce during World War I.
Ceasefire.
They all stopped and had pizza for 10 minutes and went back to fighting.
Yep. That's what we would do.
It was a truce. The longest in the history of both countries. That's 17 minutes.
There was a lot of toppings on that pizza.
Look at the two of them. You really think it's going to take 17 minutes?
Man, he's got piss and vinegar in him today.
And not so much vinegar.
It's all that Tom Sizemore.
That happens the older you get, Derek. That's what it is.
You got a sequel for this?
I got a
boy?
sequel for
We
this.
just said it.
Yeah. Oh.
No, I'm kidding.
Well, Mark's sequel is
It's annexing.
That's not my
your
sequel.
future.
I don't have a sequel. That's
Plus,
true.
just focusing on the police versus the people. I'd say I'd put new actors. I'd have Bassett play the have Mace rise up as a figurehead to replace Jericho One.
Maya. Oh.
Maya Mace.
Goldie Mason.
Goldie Mason.
Goldie Mason.
I'd probably.
You'll see, Tom Sizemore. I'm going to clean up this town. Good. You can start by sweeping the floor.
I'd throw in a little more cyberpunk tech. There was a big, a lot of this movie.
Even in this movie, that was kind of in the background.
Kind of, yeah. And the commissioner, who what's his name? I left him off on when I was talking about the excellent class.
Oh, the guy with the
Joseph.
head.
So Joseph Summer,
Big forehead.
Commissioner Strickland. He was also Duckworth and
Commissioner Strickland.
Commissioner Strickland. No, that's what his name is. It's Commissioner Strickland.
He's the cleanest cop that Ray Fine knows.
Maya.
No fines ever amounted to anything.
Nah, and he's a good actor too.
It all comes back to the Future.
He Joseph Summer, but yeah, and then I would have maybe the commissioner. He's the clean cop. He's trying to clean up the streets, and he gets murdered, and maybe finds with a better accent uses the underworld to find out who's behind it. Yeah.
Tom Sizemore rises from the dead, and everybody has to kill him all over again.
I actually do.
More Juliette Lewis.
I do have an answer for this, by the way.
All right, let's hear it.
I don't know. I'm not going to do a sequel. I'm going to do a director's cut and take out all the shit I didn't like and condense it and make it a better movie.
Shorter director's
You don't
cut.
want to
Never been done.
You don't want a spin-off movie focusing on Juliette Lewis's musical career?
Only if she explodes in every scene she's in. If she's singing and a couple of people in Men in Black outfits come out with a guitar or take her guitar and bash her over the head in every scene or every episode, then yes. I don't like her, in case you haven't noticed.
Her chainmail dress was pretty cool, though.
It was cool. Yeah, that chainmail dress was cool.
Yeah. I gotta say.
Yeah.
It was very rock.
You liked it.
Yeah.
It was bad.
I liked it.
Yeah.
Did I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah,
Did
you
I?
did.
All right. Well, all right.
Yeah.
I'm not going to argue with that.
Instead of
because-
Angela Bassett, you want to change the MVP of this movie to Juliette Lewis's nipples.
We're trying to do
Our
Jedi
chainmail
mind
dress,
tricks.
yeah.
It's not going to work. Angela Bassett and
One's an Indian, one's an Audi.
All right.
My sequel is Mace. It's all about Mace,
Oh,
of
yeah.
course. She's now on the LAPD. She's an officer investigating a new playback killer, played by Lance Hendrickson. Excuse me.
See?
Lance Hendrickson is a new playback killer. She partners back up with Lenny after a failed relationship, because of course they didn't make it work. No. Because he's a scuzzball.
Yes.
Because Lenny's
Couldn't
still
stand the voice.
couldn't. He's still a squid dealer. Has to help her using all his connections in the playback underworld. All right, so there's another serial killer out there, and she's trying to stop him. And she needs Lenny because Lenny's a scumbag still, and he's in that world still.
Should be a woman this time too. Just keep it,
Yeah.
Yeah, Mace is a
interesting. No, the killer, you mook. The
woman.
killer.
No,
The killer's Lance Henriksen.
Hendrickson's the killer.
No, make it no.
he's
I like
awesome.
that.
Come
But
on.
now
Mark
I
wants
say
killing
make it
Eve.
Huh?
No.
All right,
Make-
compromise. Lance Henriksen
Lance Henriksen in a dress.
is in drag the
He's
whole
dating
time.
Juliette Lewis.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's still singing.
right.
She's still a singer.
Then she explodes.
And he wears the chainmail dress.
I'll take that if she
Team
explodes.
up Angela Bassett with like Michelle Yao.
I'll take fucking Tom Sizemore in a dress.
Underworld connection.
If
That'd be
Juliette
cool.
Lewis can explode.
That's like Gunpowder Milkshake.
Hell yeah.
Weren't they both in that?
I think
Did you
you're
see
right.
Gunpowder
I haven't
Milkshake?
seen that.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It's on Netflix,
Angela
right?
Bassett,
Is it good?
Michelle Yeoh.
It's not bad.
What is that? Carla
Carla
Gugino.
Gugino.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Yeah.
she's awesome.
And what's
Friend
her
of the
name?
show, Carla
Oh,
Gugino.
Sin City, baby.
And Amelia Pond. What's that actress's name?
Oh,
She played-
Amy.
Nebula, right?
Yeah,
Nebula, that-
Nebula.
Yeah. What's her real name?
Karen-
Karen Gillian.
Karen Gillan. Yes.
Gunpowder.
Oh,
Strange
okay.
Days.
All right.
And there is it. Strange Days.
Nice.
Nice.
Good
All
job,
right.
Tito.
Good job.
Yeah, thanks.
Everybody happy?
Yeah.
All right. Anybody got very quickly? Anybody got a geek flag thing going?
Yeah.
Want to
ahead.
do a round of geek flag?
I got some stuff that popped up in the news. Just DCU will not be a complete reboot now. All of a sudden, I don't
want to hear any more about
I
it.
take
Yeah.
everything with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But
What's the source?
I don't even remember. I'm not-
Okay.
Tom Sizemore, probably.
Yeah, Tom Sizemore. Sitting in his basement making up shit about DC.
They keep going back and forth.
Stamp.
I know you guys don't give a shit about
His
wrestling.
head got bigger.
No.
But
Yeah.
WWE, for the people out there that maybe do follow wrestling,
Saudi Arabia buy it?
Yes.
So they're and now WWE is denying it, but supposedly Vince came back and sold the company to Saudi Arabia's public investment fund. Stephanie McMahon, when it happened, or when this supposedly happened, she's resigned. She stepped down.
Oh, yeah, I saw
she
that
was
when Vince came
co-CEO
back.
with
Yeah.
Nick
Triple-
Khan or something like. I think.
Oh,
was his
okay.
name.
Oh, I thought Hunter was. So Hunter isn't actually.
No, Hunter's the chief operating. He's like in charge of like all the storylines and stuff, and the talent. But they're the actuals. They were co-CEOs. That Stephanie and this other guy. And Paramount Plus has ordered a D&D live action series, which is a good sign.
Wait a minute. There's a movie coming out. Is Chris
Yeah,
Pine
it's
in
Chris
it?
Pine.
It is, and I saw the trailer for it last week.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a trailer for it.
Yeah, there's a trailer for it.
It's going to be a lot of fun. I think
it looks it looks better than I thought it was going
Yeah.
to.
And the fact that they want a series.
Is Marlon
I don't
Wayans
know
in
if
it
it's-
again?
Huh?
No,
Bring Marlon Wayans
unless
back?
it's a
wasn't
cameo.
that, wasn't he?
Unless it's a cameo.
What about
Jeremy
Tom Sizemore?
Irons? Huh? What the fuck was that? Sorry, Mom.
But that's it.
Do you know who's going to be in? You know who's
I
gonna be in
don't.
the
There
show?
wasn't too much. They just ordered Paramount Plus ordered the show to be written and produced and all that stuff. So
What's making somebody else's geek flag fly?
All right, so the other day my wife was looking forward to looking at this show on A&E called The Mayfair Witches, which is based on a series of books by Anne Rice. So we watched the first episode, and I like the girl that's the star of it, which is Alexandria Daddario.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh, is she in it?
She, speaking of Carla Gugino, she was her daughter in that rock movie. The,
Oh, and the
San Andreas
the
one.
Earth is collapsing on itself.
Yeah, otherwise known as Wet Boobs, the movie.
Wet Boobs.
Yeah, because the two of them were like underwater most of the time.
What's that show that was with McConaughey and Woody Harrelson?
Yeah, True Detective.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
That's
she is naked in that one.
And she's on the White Lotus.
Not so
the first
loud.
season of
Is
White
she in-
Lotus.
yeah.
That was creepy.
Yeah.
Not so loud. People are listening.
No, I know.
So what did you guys think?
I still think she's cute, but I don't think she's the best actress.
No.
And the show is a little boring. I've only seen the first episode so far, but
I love those books. The Witching
What's it
Hour.
on?
It's on A&E.
It's also on my Voodoo.
AMC.
I bought the first
AMC
season,
Plus.
so
Is it really?
Yeah. So as the
AMC
episodes
Plus.
come out, they'll be on my Voodoo.
Before it
Feel
came
free.
out, you
Hey, do me a favor. Find Millennium somewhere, will you? In order that, I'll pay you. I've been trying. Millennium. Remember the show?
Lance
with
Hendrickson.
Lance Hendrickson.
The guy
with
who
Frank
Mark
Black.
hates because he wants
Love
a woman
him.
instead.
Get me anything with Larry Zonka's picture on it. I'll pay for it.
Rousdower. I'll take Lance Henriksen in a dress, sure. Tito.
I'll see what I can do.
Yeah, good. So this is not making your geek flag really fly, then? Is it fluttering?
I'm hopefully optimistic for the show
Okay.
because I like her, but I've only seen the first episode. It was a little slow, and her acting, I'm not too sure of in this one.
I think the producers are the same producers that did the Interview with the Vampire one, and
I liked.
and that was really good.
Yeah, which I liked.
So-
I did
that on
like
Prime,
that.
or that was AMC also?
AMC.
Yeah,
AMC
okay,
Plus. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
What's your
I'll
name?
go.
Oh, wait, Brian, are you done?
Yeah.
Tito.
The only thing I've caught up, I watched the last 3 episodes of Willow. I see what you mean
haven't
about
seen
the
the last
music.
Yeah.
Because they start incorporating more contemporary music into the actual series. I'm trying to like it, and I'm trying to like it for what it is now.
Yeah.
Not what I wanted it to be then.
Right.
Yeah.
Because it's not Willow.
Which you kind of have to. Yeah.
But
That's what you
I
gotta
do. I like it, and that the special that one episode with the special guest, I did not like him. I think somebody else should have been in that cat.
Yeah, I agree. It always
It was like a random, like, let's throw an actor from like the 90s in the movie and throw him in this show.
I don't like him anyway.
And surprise
so-
people, and they'll think it's kind of cool, but
Yeah.
they could have any fucking other human being on Earth.
It just takes you right out of the show.
Takes you right out of the show.
It's like, oh, that's not who he says it is.
Yeah.
That's him.
Yeah, I didn't like that, but I like the idea of the character.
Right.
Anybody else, but there are things about the show that I do really, really like. That's all I guess.
Very quickly, I finally saw the Val documentary on Prime. I was telling you guys, very good, made me appreciate Val Kilmer more, and it is bittersweet. It's a little, it's very sad, but also very inspirational at the same time.
Yeah,
check it out. Podcasts: Quentin Tarantino and Roger Avery, who directed Killing Zoe and has produced a lot of Quentin Tarantino films. They worked at the same video store, Video Archives. They have a podcast now called Video Archives, where they discuss movies from the video store. When the store closed, they bought the collection. So there's a lot of movies that, if you're like me and you listen to Quentin Tarantino, I've discovered a lot of great films from his recommendations. This is the podcast to listen to, both him and Roger
So this is
Avery.
a different one than the other one that he had going for a while, right?
I think so, because it's only been a couple of episodes.
It's just so hard to listen to.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I know you're
well,
like
that might be a problem for you. But Roger Avery's also talking, so it kind of balances it. Maybe give it a try. You might like it. You might not.
I would rather listen to him talk about movies he likes than listen to him.
Well, he
bash
talks
other
about
movies.
talks about some that he doesn't like. Like they debate over Moonraker. I thought of you because they recently do James Bond. They do Moonraker, and Quentin Tarantino is not a fan of it. Roger Avery loves it. So there's a lot of debating, and it's really cool.
Oh, that sounds
Check it
cool.
out.
That
It's
sounds
I
cool.
really like it. And my last thing, more of a shout out. I just want to give a shout out to the people at Entertainment Rants.
Yep.
Absolutely.
They had us on their show.
It's a blast.
And
That
it
was a very fun
a hell of a
night.
time.
we
We
had a
got to
great
hang
time.
out with them after. So Marco, Bruno, Larry, Mila. Am I missing anybody?
Nope.
You guys were awesome. Thank you very much for having
Yeah.
us on. I think I speak for everyone. Is
Yeah,
that right?
absolutely.
for sure.
We had
Pleasure.
a hell of a
Yeah,
time.
we had
And-
a lot of fun.
And thank you, and we hope to cross paths again.
Yeah, very quickly too.
Yeah, it was a good time. They were great.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
it's so nice to like
Great and gracious for having.
and you
us
listen
up
to the
and
show
inviting them over
and
to the-
you get to know them over the air like our listeners get to know us. And
That's right.
When you meet your idols, I guess. Right? Don't meet your idols. Not when it comes to us.
Did Entertainment Rants meet their idols?
I don't know.
do you think?
I don't know.
I think so.
I don't know. We'll find out.
Larry, when you're listening, you and I spin-off podcast. We have a lot to do. We have a lot to slug out, my friend. It'll be fun. So that's that. That's the
that.
show. That's Strange Days. Tito, thank you again for another pick. If you want to hear past Tito picks, or hear when Tito first started the show, or even before Tito,
If you don't
or
want to hear
anything,
Tito at all and you want to listen to us without him,
go into the past. Go into the future. See if you can find a future that works. Brian, where can we go?
They can head over to www.3gdpodcast.com. That's www.
The number 3.
GDpodcast.com, and there you'll find, like Mark said, all of our past episodes along with one-click buttons where you can rate, one-click buttons where you can easily subscribe to us if you're not already a subscriber, and subscribe to us through the podcast platform of your choice so you'll never miss an upcoming episode. Also, there are places where you can rate and review the show. Please leave a 5-star rating. It really helps to bump us up the charts, and it makes other people makes it easier for other people to find us while they're searching. And also our social media links are there along with lots of other goodies. So please check us out.
Excellent. Very well done. So until next time, thank you for listening. I am Mark.
I'm Derek.
I'm Brian.
I'm Tito.
And this is Three Geeky Dads saying keep watching the skies because Tom Sizemore is sure as hell keeping an eye on you.
When he's not keeping an eye on his drugs.
And Mark is keeping an ear on Juliette Lewis.
Shut the fuck up. Yeah, they're all in West Bridgewater.
I'd arrest you with laughter. My wife put on a sexy officer outfit and arrested me on suspicion of being good in bed. After a short trial, I was found not guilty.
We should just have Tito read that.
I'm recording. I could just use that.
That's funny. I like that actually.
Yeah, there you go. Let's do that.
Try. Yeah,
All right.
Use that.
I'm using it.
That was funny.
Our joke is done.
All right.
Thank you, Tito.
Okay.
Let's start.
Perfect. Perfect.
Nice.
They call him One Take Tito.
One take Tito.
I call him other things.
You know what? I could probably do it better, but I could probably do it worse.
No, you did it
So
perfect,
we
which is
stick
why I
that
want to
one.
use it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can go.
I'll let you know.
It can go sideways real fast.
It can go south so fast. I'm ready when you are, Raoul.
Hey.
You're right. You in your happy place?
Yeah.
Good.
Mm.
Sorry. Stay there.
Good.
Until it's time to talk. Then come back.